at my life.
No, none of this information we just got is helping me feel better.
Oh God. Okay, so we're back, guys. I'm super sorry about that. Again, to explain for folks who might watch this after the fact, we did start the stream and we did our usual like big intro stuff.
All the cams are gone.
Yeah,
the cams just gone. Yeah, that was my bad. I was making sure we were live. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Is it working now? Nope. I swear to God, technology is rough for me. It's real bad. We should be back now. Okay. Anyway, sorry about that. I had a setting off, and you guys wouldn't have been able to hear the rest of the. You'd only been able to hear me, not the rest of the cast in the VOD. So sorry that this is going to kind of drop in at a weird spot. We're just going to do our character introductions and get right back into what we were doing. Again, apologies. I'm stupid. Y'all, I'm Vincent Page. I'm playing Liam the Tiefling Bard. This is actual time now. We're doing great.
I'm Ace. I'll be the DM tonight.
I'm Foxy. I'm playing a changeling warlock named Elfie.
And I'm Jason, playing Oswald Halloway, or Oz, the Order Domain Cleric.
I'm Lady Stuff, and I'm playing Kaelin, the Circle of Stars Kalishtar Druid.
And I'm Skynet. I'm playing Tyr Firefist, the half-orc barbarian.
All right. So jumping back into it, we've just had a small little chat with Will. Anything else from Oz and or Tyr before we look at some of the other stuff going on?
Yeah, just tell us everything you just said so we can write it down.
Room Lurch is real bad, real scary. You guys need to be a distraction. Will's going to get the kids out.
There's lots of monsters that are hanging out. Also, she has a pet little. She has an infant green dragon. Yeah.
Yeah.
They grab that.
She's got a moving garden. That sounds fun.
Yeah. I think Kaelin might have caught like some of the end of it as she had been walking back with the mushroom. Because I think at the end he did say something like 4 to 6 kids. So I'll probably be like, oh, only 4 to 6. Did I hear that right?
He nods. He goes, that's what I'm guessing. Again, it's hard to tell. And arguably she could get more kids, well, really at any point, but that's what I'm hoping.
Okay. I'm gonna look at the Sporticus. Do you think 4 to 6 kids? Plus we've got a couple of extras, maybe like 10 of us? 10 to 12?
Ooh, 10 to 12. We'd need a lot of people unless you guys are helping with the circle.
Yeah, I mean, I think the kids could help with the circle. Well, do the kids need to know the treehouse in order to do the circle? Is that what you mean?
I mean, if you're hoping to get back to this treehouse, then yeah, we should probably have people who know this treehouse. Otherwise, okay. I mean, we could go on an adventure with them, and we can have a good time.
Yeah, well, I can confirm that there will at least be 3 of us, and then 4 including you, because Liam and I and Clapperclaw, I think we're all gonna be there with you with the kids. So that's gonna be 4 of us who know. So 4 who know, and then we're just taking 4 to 6.
He's like thinking real hard. Okay, so 4 out of 12. Yeah, that's like more than half. We should probably be fine. I'm not real worried about it.
Cool. So yeah, how many of your family members do we need to make that happen?
Well, I mean, like the more people who are familiar with this, the easier it is, and then the more people that know where we're going, the easier it is. So if there was, I don't know, like a lot of us, like a lot, I don't know, like 50, 11 of us, that would probably be enough.
Does this thing know math at all?
50, 11.
I'm gonna guess 50, the 11. Intelligence is real low.
50, 11. Okay. Cool. You know what? Here's what. I'm desperate enough at this point. I'm gonna go ahead and ask. Do you have like a sense? Do you get like a feeling like when you're close to family and you're like, oh yeah, family, like 2 degrees north that way? Do you like have a scent or like whatever? Do you like sense them nearby?
Well, I mean, I can always go where family is. You want to see?
What? Hold, please.
He's a
I love your
loaded gun,
enthusiasm.
dude.
Every day, and I tell you what, sir. Very soon, you are going to get to fly as free as you want and as far as you want, and you can come back and visit us whenever you want, or you don't have to. I'd love if you did. But anyways, right now we're again very tight schedule. So I understand you can go to them, but you're not getting the feely wheelie that they're nearby in a way that I could walk and not teleport to. Is that what you're telling me?
He kind of stops and thinks about it. And he goes, "You know what? Now that you mention it, I don't."
Uh-oh. Well, I don't love that. That's not my favorite thing you've said.
If I may interject here,
Please give me hope, Papa Oz.
if we're hanging out in a circle, and most of us can remember this place, so we can get back to this place, right? So we can let him take us on an adventure to his family to see where that is and see if it's safe, and he can take us there later if it's safe. If it's not safe, we just come home because the few of us in the circle can come home. And if we want to know where it is relative to us, you leave something here and you locate it from wherever we are, so you know how far it is and what direction it is. If it's anywhere nearby. If not, well, we're coming back and we just,
From the shared experience that you shared with us, Clapperclaw should go with the...
I mean, yeah, Clapperclaw seems to have real good memory for a bonehead. I'm good with that. How does everybody else feel? Do you feel and here's what I'm thinking. I don't know if I've clued you in. I kind of took him aside for a minute. I was nervous to get people's hopes up, but I'm nervous about getting these kids out. Like, there's so many barriers. And my thought is, if we can just transport them out, when we find them and we get them out of these cages, if we could just transport them out of there back here, God, that would simplify some things. So I'm thinking it's worth a shot.
I mean, even if we can get them somewhere safe and then escort them from that place
Right.
back to camp
Exactly.
later.
Even if it's not here, if it's somewhere safe. However, I will say more specifics are better than less specifics with our friend here. All right. Oh, we lost one. Well, in the meantime, I did have a couple of other follow-up questions. Firstly, Will, speaking of getting, escaping quickly, last time we tried to get a quick escape out of hither, and it all kind of didn't work out how we wanted. Do you know any ways out of thither if we needed to make a quick escape?
He kind of looks like all of a sudden he looks real sad. Well, I used to. Squirt used to know the way out real easy. And that was kind of always the plan, but unfortunately he's dried up and can't talk anymore.
Hold on. Did you say his name's Squirt?
And he nods, and actually he walks over to the treehouse real quick and comes back holding a small oil can.
Oh, that's not what I thought it was gonna be. Okay.
That's what made it be a sea turtle.
Yeah, I was like, so I definitely thought some kind of sea creature, like he was gonna come out with a fish tank.
Well, Oz is gonna take out the flask of oil that he has in his inventory and try to fill this thing back up.
Yeah.
Hold on, you gotta make sure you don't want to mix oils. You gotta ask, is it premium or is it regular?
That's gasoline, not oil. You ask if it's synthetic or non-synthetic.
Oh man.
The stuff you stay away from my truck.
Kaylin grows up in the woods. She doesn't know anything about automatic transportation.
Yeah, Oz, you do manage to fill it up, and you can see like the face kind of form a little bit on the front of it as it kind of creaks and it seems real stiff. And he like, you can hear like what sounds like a voice, but you can also see the can itself is pretty rusted over, right? Like it's already pretty stiff, and like you could hear what like the faintest noise. And Will goes, "Yeah, I appreciate the effort. We've tried that too. It seems to keep him going, but doesn't bring him back to what he once was. I feel like if we could find a boggle, we could use their oil, as theirs, is a little more slick than anything else, and it might actually bring them entirely back. But well, they're not the easiest thing to find around here."
Did you say a boggle?
He nods. He goes, "Yeah, they're kind of known for kind of the oily secretions they have."
I had a friend lose her foot to a boggle. Let me tell you what, I hear they're not nice. That friend's name was Wiffle. Yeah, my girlfriend Wiffle lost her foot to a boggle. I hear they're not nice.
I mean, yeah, they're not. But again, if we could get our hands on one, or at least find where one lived, the oil that they have is, well, I mean, it's about the best of the best.
All right.
Well, maybe we'll find one on our adventure.
Yeah.
Are they
okay
just
if we took it?
what is the natural habitat of a boggle? Just in the woods?
Kind of shrugs and goes, "Well, I've been in these woods a long time, and I've never seen one."
Oh boy.
With a 23 nature, can I make some sort of a educated guess?
Yeah, I mean, I think with a 23, you kind of get the idea that they're usually from like cave systems, rarely in like swamps, but usually not in places of like active vegetation.
Interesting. Okay.
Did we see any cave systems as we've been moving through here?
It's been a lot of forest from my recollection.
Thought off in the distance on one of our previous maps, we saw some mountains or something.
Yeah, I mean, when you guys got to Thither, there are like a lot of plateaus and things, and then even like from hither, when you guys looked north, there was, I'm not going to say a mountain range, but like there again is some kind of hills and things like that off in the distance. Not so much what you're thinking when you say mountain, though.
Okay, got it.
Well, I think this is at least good information. Perhaps not something that we'll unfortunately have before the time we go. I do think it's lower on the list of priorities, personally. Yeah, are there other things you wanted to wrap up before we go? I actually had one question. Do you mind if could you fill this cup up with water for me?
And he goes, yeah, sure. Give me just a minute." And he takes it, and he actually heads off into the treehouse for a minute, and he comes back with like I'm not gonna say huge, but like pretty sizable crate full of fish that he kind of sets down, and he goes, "Here, why don't you use this to take care of your friend over there?" As he gestures towards the owl bear, and then reaches off like at the top of the box. He had kind of tucked a cup that he lifts up full of water and hands it to you, and goes, "Here, hopefully that's enough."
That's perfect. Thank you so much. I'm gonna take the slice of stick that was like a thicker thing, and see if it fits in the cup as like a makeshift lid.
Where did the fish come from? They look pretty fresh.
He shrugs. We keep some things around hand. It's got to plan ahead for these kind of things.
Can I roll an insight check on that?
Sure, go for it.
20.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely more to that statement than what he's letting on.
Can't inside like what it is in any way.
Actually, you know what?
Compared to
That's not
him,
really
nah.
about you. I was about to say, I got another question for you because I am a little confused. Yesterday, you seemed to be pretty convinced that this mission could be the end for you, but you also said that Granny can't hurt kids. You're a kid, right?
Kind of shrugs. He goes, I mean, I guess it depends when kids become adults, you know?
So are you a teenager?
He kind of shrugs. He goes, I mean, I don't know if there's any solid definition to it, but I mean, at some point when people start taking care of other kids, are they still kids? I mean, when you have kids of your own, are you still just a kid?
Puffy's gonna kind of look at him and just like shrug. Like, it's too early for existential crises. Kind of like everybody else and be like, well, what are we doing?
That said, with the with your passive perception stuff, I will denote that at the very least you notice that when he says that, he very specifically looks at Oz.
When he's talking about when does a kid become an adult?
Mm-hmm.
Two men of mystery. And it's not even had my coffee yet.
That's a good point. Is there any coffee around here?
Kind of laughs. He goes, I don't know about coffee, but we can definitely get some tea going for you guys if that'll help.
Yeah, we'll take it. Pulled out a pile of fish. You got any steak back there?
Surf and turf.
He kind of laughs. He goes, well, I mean, we might be able to see what we can round up for dinner, but, unfortunately, it's, can't just keep everything around.
Fair enough. We'll gladly join you for some tea.
He kind of nods. He goes, well, if you'll excuse me, I'll get some things going. And he kind of looks over his shoulder. He goes, come on, Star. And she immediately trots right at his ankles as he makes his way over and starts getting some things ready in the treehouse.
Elf is gonna kind of just bring up. Y'all notice how protective he is of Star?
You're
Yeah,
right.
a little bit.
They are pretty
What makes
attached.
Star special over any of the other kids.
I mean, are any of the other kids kittens?
Mm-hmm.
That can teleport? Like displacer beasts?
Good point.
Speaking of which, why isn't Star coming with us? Star! Come on.
Honestly?
Go with Will.
Have that enlargement potion still?
So
Make her a full size?
only
I do have an
because we
enlarged
missed
spell.
it, and given what's going on, he did actively tell you Star is going with them.
Okay.
Oh, okay, good. Guys, this is gonna be fine. All right, speaking of teleportation, where's Liam and Clapperclaw? We gotta... Let me go see if I can round them up.
I was gonna be like, and Juniper.
I mean, Juniper, I can see Juniper. She's right all the way over there. I can hear her stomping through the forest. Clapperclaw.
Yeah, I mean, so my intention while everybody was having that conversation, I was going to take Clapperclaw and Juniper on a little trot to see if Juniper could, forage herself some food. She seems pretty resourceful in of herself. But also I did have some questions for Clapperclaw, was kind of the intent behind that.
Yeah, so, I mean, first questions first is, are you just kind of, under supervision, letting Juniper hunt whatever's out there?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, the
no.
intention is, letting her do her thing, but, trying to keep her corralled. If I notice her getting too far, I'm like, hey, come on back or whatever.
Yep. Okay, so, let's see, I'll make the first roll.
Like a tree nymph. Please don't.
A tree in. Oh my god.
Or a tree nymph. I'm like things that live in the trees that are not just squirrels.
I just want to say that this seemed like a completely reasonable thing to do, is all I'm saying.
It's not reasonable now.
Make lots of noise.
She rolled a 5 on her survival, so she didn't manage to catch anything yet. At any rate, what are you and Clapperclaw talking about?
God.
That's fine. I was due for a fuck up. It's cool.
Oh.
Yeah,
We
so
talked about
Clapperclaw's walking with me, right? Not riding Juniper, just to be clear.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
this.
Okay. So I think he starts by saying, "This place is pretty great, isn't it?"
Yeah, those kids are so much fun. Yesterday we got to play games and we were dancing and we got to camp out and well, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wanted to stay in the treehouse, but like I felt bad leaving you guys out in the cold, so I decided not to.
Aw, buddy, you could have went on in. We were fine. We were actually, I think most of us were just kind of happy to be under the stars, you know?
He kind of nods. He goes, "Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, I want to help you guys. You know, I don't want anything bad to happen, and I feel like if I, just turn my back now, then something bad could happen."
Well, that works both ways, pal. We want to protect you too, and there's gonna be plenty of chance for you to go into the treehouse. I think so. That ship has not sailed. I know you don't like talking about it, but I think you've probably come to realize what's going on. You're pretty smart, but it sounds like we're gonna be going to Loomlurch tomorrow, and it sounds like we're gonna try to get all the kids out. We never really asked you specifically how did you escape?
He kind of like looks down at the ground while you guys walk for a little bit, and he's real quiet for a minute. He goes, "Well, honestly, it really wasn't anything but dumb luck, and I wish I could tell you more than that. I mean, she trusted me. I was supposed to go to the carnival that day. She told me that, I don't know, some halfling or something had his heart broken, and I was supposed to go, and told her I didn't want to do it anymore. And she said if I don't go, then she'll find someone who else will. And well, he kind of drops his head again. He goes, "Don't be mad at me, but I lied. I told her I would go." And so she walked away, and I ran. I ran through the garden, and I kept going, and I kept going, and I kept going, and I didn't stop. And then I was scared to look back, and I was scared to be here. And eventually I found Nib, and Nib told me that, there used to be more to Prismere than just thither, and that the only way through was to get through the fog. And, well, honestly, I was less scared of the fog than I was to be here. So I just left, and I walked in that fog for a long, long time. I was there, and just everywhere I looked, there was more fog and more fog. But then one day I got to the other side, and then it was in the swamp, and I met my friends, the Bullywogs, and we got to talk to them, and it wasn't so bad. And then one day you guys came, and it was way more fun.
I think what you did was very, very brave. I don't think anybody could be mad at you for that. I think you did the right thing.
He kind of sighs and nods a little bit, and he goes, "I keep trying to tell myself that, but I don't know. I also feel like I left everyone else there. And I don't know. I guess it feels kind of selfish."
Yeah, but now you're here with us, helping us to make it better, to get them out, right? I'm going to give you some advice that somebody gave me a really long time ago. You get to decide who you are meant to be. Nobody else, not Granny Nightshade, not me, not Juniper. You, Clapperclaw, gets to decide who you want to be. And all these decisions that you're making now is, I think, absolutely one of the most brave things I've ever seen in my life.
He kind of lifts his head up and looks up to you for a moment before looking back forward, and goes, "I'm going to do it. I'm gonna be a hero, and I'm gonna help everyone.
Man, I know you don't like talking about it, but I think that the best way to help everybody right now is if we can get as much information about Loom Lurch as possible. It sounds like Will knows a lot. But there's going to come a moment today, or maybe even early in the morning, where we really talk about what our plan is, and anything that you can give, any sort of information that you can give, I think is going to be really, really helpful. And it's going to result in hopefully us getting everybody out in one piece.
You can see he kind of kicks the dirt a little bit, but then looks up at you, goes, "I'll do my best. It's been a while since I've been back there, but anything that I can do to help, I'm going to do it."
And I really just have one more question for you. So we know that there's a bunch of kids, but when it comes to the other scarecrows, you know, like yourself, there was more like you, right?
He shakes his head and goes, "Nope, not like me."
Okay.
I was different. There was the scarecrows that Granny keeps out in the garden. Those were, well, those were just warnings. They make loud noises, and Granny would use them to scare the kids to make sure they stay inside. But me, well, I don't know. Granny did something. I don't really know what or why me or any of that, but Granny did something, and I woke up and I got to move by myself, and she treated me different, and she always reminded me that she made me, and so that I had to help her, and she took care of me, so I had to help her, and she watched out for me, so I had to help her, and so I did. I helped her for a long time, but the more I helped her, the more I felt like I was doing something wrong, and so that's when I stopped.
Again, I think that's very brave, buddy. And just so you know, you don't have any sort of obligation like that to us. We don't expect you to do anything you don't want to do. If you decide that you just want to stay here and be with the other kids, I think that's great. But I also believe in giving you the chance to be, like I said, who you want to be and make the decisions you want. So, but don't feel like you gotta. You don't owe us anything. And also, just really out of game, really quick. You know, I just realized why I like Clapperclaw so much. You know who he reminds me of?
Who's
VV
that?
from Final Fantasy IX. Oh man. Anyway.
Yeah, and I think Clapperclaw he takes a little bit to think about it, and then, there's a little bit of quiet that passes as you guys kind of walk, and he kind of turns and goes, "Hey, Liam, do you think when, all the other kids are safe, and you think, if Granny Nightshade goes away, you think it'd be okay if I stayed with Will and everyone else?"
I don't see why not, buddy, if that's what you want.
No.
He kind of looks down and he's thinking like real hard about it. He goes, "Well, I don't know. I feel like I'm not much help for you guys anywhere else, but, you know, at least maybe I could hang out and have fun, and, I could help Will take care of the kids. I mean, I took care of myself for a while. I mean, I could probably help out a little bit."
You've been more help than you'll ever know, buddy, but I think this is a great place for you, and I think you do an excellent job helping around here. It really is something special.
He nods. He goes, "Yeah, maybe I'll ask Will. I mean, assuming you guys wouldn't be upset, right?"
We've loved having you with us, and we'll be sad to see you go, but I think more than that, we'll all be happy to know that you're somewhere you belong and somewhere that makes you happy.
He kind of nods as you guys continue to walk, and he kind of stops for a second and goes, "Hey, Liam, thanks for everything."
God damn it. Yeah, I think he smiles and he puts his arm around Clapperclaw like, and thank you, pal. I think that you've showed me a future that I'd never thought that I could have.
And I think as you guys continue to walk, eventually Juniper kind of walks back and just kind of like flops down onto the trail as no shit, she has rolled a 5, a 3, a 7, and a 2 on all of her checks.
No,
so she ain't got a damn thing.
I think I went up. Do you mind if I walk up to them and see that she's struggling? After seeing the conversation ending, I was coming over to try and get them back. See if I can help her get something.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah, I think when you walk up, Liam smiles really, really big, and he says, "She's not had much luck. We tried."
No, I see that. I'm gonna go find her a squirrel. I see one up in the tree right there.
Out of game. Didn't Will give you guys something to give to her specifically?
I was gonna say, are you gonna help her get a squirrel, or are you gonna give her the fish?
No, I'm helping get the squirrel.
Okay. Well, how are you helping?
Pierre's got a bucket of fish for her.
I know he's got a bucket of fish, but isn't it much more fun if she gets to feel the joy of participating in the hunt?
The
bloodlust. Be a good parent.
Yeah, she's gonna turn into a wild animal after that. That'd be real bad.
Oh god, that's so depressing. Yeah.
Actually, what I am going to do is I'm gonna wild shape into a bear. I'm gonna climb the tree and get a squirrel.
Of all things, the bear's the best one to go.
Okay.
Of the 4 that I have prepared, yeah, I have, because I can only prepare 4 at the beginning of the day. I don't think a cat's gonna, I don't know, cat might, I guess. It's a giant frog, a raptor, a black bear, or a cat are my options. So,
A cat?
I could do the cat, but
I'm sorry. I'm just sitting here thinking about a raptor sprinting through the woods here hunting squirrels. Oh, God.
Can I name the raptor Blue?
I don't get the reference. Why is he blue?
It's Jurassic World.
Yep.
Oh,
the Chris
okay.
Pratt one.
I'm
Yeah.
fine. I'll be a cat. Actually, the cat. I did forget I had cat. I'll be a cat. That does make more sense than a giant bear tumbling through the bush. It is.
Yeah, give me. How are you helping her get this?
Well, you tell me where's the. I mean, I know I said it was in the tree, but I'm not the DM. You tell me it could be on the ground. It could be easy access.
No, I mean, yeah, they're going to be up in the trees as if you get anywhere near them. But my question to you is like, are you going to kill it and bring it to her? Are you like going to try and like herd these things to her? Or I mean, like, what is your objective here?
My objective is to be like. Is to be basically like a mama teaching how to hunt, right? So like kind of doing some of the heavy work of like corralling it and kind of pinning it down a little bit, but like letting her do like the final pounce. So if it's up in the tree, I'll probably like corral it down. I'm going to try and corral it down onto the ground. And again, probably kind of use my paw to like step on its tail and, you know, say to Juniper in Sylvan, hey, come and get it.
Yeah, and in a very rapid series of events, you step on this thing's tail as you're talking to Juniper to say, come and get it. So Juniper, in her full owlbear heft, comes bounding towards you as this squirrel turns to you and goes, oh God, no, don't let it eat me, please. Just I gotta get out of here. Please, don't let this thing kill me. God, no, please.
Don't do this to me!
It's sentient. You didn't do it.
Come up in the trees. There's like a couple other squirrels like, oh God.
It's so big,
Oh God! Where did the fish come? Are the fish sentient? What the fuck?
And meanwhile, Juniper in her full heft has bounded to you and just like one chomped this squirrel and it's gone.
That's traumatic.
Hold on. I don't have cat-like reflexes where I change my mind.
Well, I mean, you've already slowed it down and let her get close enough that even if you let it go, now she's got advantage on her roll, and she got a 23. So
Oh, of all the times that she got a good roll.
Oh.
Oh no.
I just wanted to teach her how to hunt because she's a carnivore.
Oh, you did.
She
You
learned
did.
tonight.
Yeah.
yeah, no, you taught her.
Oh no.
Oh God, you gotta get me out of here.
Meanwhile, from up in the tree, there's now like two grieving squirrels that are screaming out, like, "Oh God, no, he's gone!"
Oh God.
I don't think I can go on this mission anymore, guys. I think Caitlin's gonna take the rest of the day to just fucking marinate in sadness.
Meanwhile, now Juniper is like trotting around with like a new pep in her step as she feels like incredibly successful in all of this.
Man.
Caitlin's just like with her little cat paws gonna go, good job, Juniper.
Oh, that squirrels were sentient.
Oh,
I mean, look, to be fair, you guys have definitely run into a sentient squirrel before, so like,
son of a bitch. Oh,
Well,
it's
no.
a carnival.
Let's go ahead and talk
Oh,
about
no.
that for a minute, though.
Oh,
All
God.
squirrels are sentient. We just can't always talk to them, right? Like, I think that's an important
yeah,
thing to
no,
point
that's
out.
fair too.
But this is like a talking squirrel.
The only reason it can, well, okay, well, now we need to clarify is she can only hear it talk because she's a druid,
Because
right?
of the Sylvan? Is that
Or a
right?
Sylvan, right?
No, well, primarily because it's in the Feywild, and
Oh, okay.
probably more because she's a druid, but like also, I mean, Feywild bullshit. Like they could actually choose to speak.
Oh, well, damn. All right, never mind. I was trying
It's
to.
really rough being a carnivore in the Feywild. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it's rough being a vegetarian too when the mushrooms talk.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, also true. Look, there's no fucking winning around here. I feel a little bit better now that I think about it. You're right. Even the mushrooms talk. All right.
Yeah.
Look.
It's fine.
And you want to know what? I hope that freaking Juniper gets like a +1 to her hunting stats now, like a +1 to survival from Mama Kaylin lesson.
There we go.
Yeah, sure. I'll add it right now. I'm cool with that.
Oh, yay.
Oh, that's good.
That's
I
cute.
feel like there's an
Okay.
evilness to that for the future.
Ooh, trauma avoided mostly. It's fine.
No, I'm still traumatized. I just, at least it had somewhat of a good outcome of like some trauma, some happiness. It's like our ending that we're gonna have, Liam. It's okay.
Oh, God.
So we're gonna go back now. I'm gonna try and very sadly be like, can we go home?
Yeah, okay, just for the record, did I also hear the squirrel screaming?
I feel like you would have, but also to you, it would have been like far away. So it's just like almost just high pitched squeaks that like,
Okay.
and like you could hear it, but like you would probably question a little bit, like, man, were they actually talking?
Yeah. Okay, so I think that whenever you come back and you look sadly and be like, you want to talk about it?
Everywhere I turn, I try to do good. And this is what I get.
I think you're doing a great
Do
job.
you still love me even though I have blood on my hands? Oh God, I didn't say love. I mean, do you? Oh, and then she like trots off. Like, God damn it, I said it.
Oh my God.
DP's not turning into a tomato. It's fine.
Oh.
Wait, what?
Oh my
What?
goodness.
Did you say there's a tornado?
No, I said VP's not turning into a tomato. It's fine.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you said there's
Oh,
a
did I
tornado.
turn? I don't know. I didn't realize I turned red there.
A little bit, just a little pink.
It's funny.
Imagine.
So we're heading back now to, definitely do this. I'm really distraught now. To get in a circle and dance. Go try to find help.
Wait, time out. And this is in character. We're gonna dance. What?
Yeah. So we had a conversation. Fun guy said that we can go. Fun guy said we can find his family, and if we find his family, we're more likely to be able to get out. I think it would be a way if we can get the children out quickly. If they can teleport us either here or to a fairy ring where it's anywhere but Granny's house, right? Just
I
somewhere
see.
has to be safer.
A little reserved. Liam's like, okay, I like the plan. I trust you. But last time didn't go so well.
Here's the good news. Your the pendant you gave me will certainly at least ensure that I will be of sound mind if things go wrong.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do it.
That's all back. So are we dancing? How's everybody feeling?
How long?
Are
long
we
were you
back over
guys
here now?
Gone last time you adventured with the fungi.
It wasn't
It
very
was
long.
pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
5-10
So
minutes.
there's no weird.
maybe.
Yeah, there wasn't weird time dilation stuff.
Oh,
If that's what you're afraid of.
yeah. All right. Let's dance.
All right.
Wait.
Hold.
Elfie had a thing pop in his head, and he's gonna look over and be like, "How do we know that Granny Nightshade doesn't have a fairy ring in her garden? And what happens if we end up smack dab in the middle of Granny's house? She has not one, but 2 gardens, and one of them is private that nobody's seen.
Well,
yeah,
then we
I
gather
agree
some
with
good
Oz.
We
intel.
found the one. We found the one in a hag's hut. We really gonna assume she didn't get it from here?
Huh.
Just quick thinking.
I will say, I don't think it would make sense that she would have gotten it from here unless she's sending scouts over there to go steal things. But honestly, I don't know if Bev Lorna really seemed like the type to do that. I will say it's a possibility. However, here's our cover story. If that happens, we say, oh, we were looking for the market. I heard there's great candy.
Good point.
Is little fun guy right there? Is he out of the cups and everything?
Yep.
I'm gonna look over at the fun guy and be like, "Hey, buddy, how did you end up with the hag in the first place?"
Good question.
Wow, you guys are. Wow. I need you guys to know that I'm really sorry for my roles on your behalf.
Oh,
but at
damn
any
it.
rate,
Oh
he
no.
goes, well, I was in a circle and we were dancing. And then I wasn't in the circle. And then I was in that glass case of emotion. And then there was a loud noise and I wasn't in there anymore. And then I was with you guys. And then we went on an adventure. And then I was told adventures are bad. And then I was told I can't tell Clapperclaw he's dumb.
Oh God!
And now I'm here.
Is Clapperclaw within earshot of this?
He is close, but he does not hear it.
Oh, thank God. You know, I just had a really fucking sweet moment with that little VV dude, and I'm gonna need you to not bring it down, okay? God.
I'm guessing so. Just and out of game, and I don't know if you can answer or not. Did he roll really poorly on telling me where he came from?
That sounds like a nat 1 on history check.
He got a 2. He got a 2.
Yeah, come on now.
I'm so
Give him
sorry.
the credit he deserves.
Okay, well, I mean, I can't.
Get it out of the way now and not while we're trying to get back here. All right, that's all I'm saying. Speaking of which, we all need some guidance.
In game, Elfie's gonna be like, that sounds about right. Let's go for it. But
Excellent.
Okay, worst case scenario.
And now Kaylin is concerned, so she is going to go ahead and cast guidance on the little guy to help him try and friggin' remember where he's from.
Elfie's gonna cast guidance on Tyr just to give him extra roll since he has disadvantage.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
He goes, oh, you're right.
Forgot about my disadvantage.
Yep.
Okay, so in full fairness right now, we understand how this is going to work, correct?
Yeah.
No.
Oh God, I didn't realize you didn't know. Okay, hold on. We should.
Okay.
Okay, let's clarify.
Kind of
Let's
confused, but go with
Okay,
it.
okay. I appreciate your enthusiasm. Before we go, let's run a plan. And I do actually have one suggestion. It could be a bad one. It could be a good one. Okay, so we all know that a very important thing is that at sunset there is somebody probably should maybe somebody should stay behind with Tyr to get him to the pond, so that way if for some reason we take a detour and we're not back in time for sunset, we can still get Tyr to the pond and he's not alone with that. We could leave a sending stone so we can still communicate, but maybe it is better actually if not all of us go on this family reunion.
Okay.
But in terms of how we got back last time, you have to remember. So look, right now, everybody turn around, and Caitlin's gonna like grab everybody's like shoulders and be like, "Turn around, look with me, look with me." Do we see this beautiful place that moves?
Mm-hmm.
Does it matter that it moves? They'll find it if it moves, right?
Yeah.
Okay, focus on the house. Don't worry about the trees. The trees might be different. Focus on the house. None of this sounds like a concerning plan at all. It's fine. Elfie, I see your concern. Dear friend, I have nothing more to say. I don't know.
Elfie's going to be like wanting to go on this trip purely because he wants to protect Leo. Because we both already died once. And he's going to... Elfie is 100% on board going with this magic trip and hoping for the damn best.
I guess that's what we should... Okay, well, real quick then, let's decide who's staying and who's going. Maybe that'll make this a little bit simpler. Who needs to go and who needs to stay?
This might be the best opportunity for Tyr to stay back.
I do think that, Tyr, you should, because if nothing else, if you don't get back in time to get to the pool, we're gonna have a very bad morning.
But also, if we need to run away and Tyr's moving at half speed.
Also true. I will say, if anybody's gonna go to the pool with you, I do think it should be me, because I've seen the pool in my dream before, and that feels important.
Yeah, you want to stay back with it?
That tracks.
Yeah. It'll be Tyr and Kaylin again. I promise. I've learned a little bit since the time I almost threw you off a cliff.
Oh, I appreciate that. That still hurts, every now and then.
Yeah.
As much as... Oh, go ahead.
I think as everybody's kind of talking about it, Clapperclaw would probably move over to Liam and just kind of quietly goes, if you want to go, I'll stay and watch after Kaylin.
I'm gonna cry when he leaves us.
Oh man,
I feel like this is like a huge setup that something's gonna happen.
I know, I don't like it.
I think Liam grabs him by the shoulder, and be like, "I would trust no one more." And he does look to Caleb like, as much as I don't want to leave your side, maybe it is best if I go, and this way that I'll have one of the sending stones and Clapperclaw will have the other.
Wait, hold on. I thought we need Kaylin so she can locate object her orientation back to camp once we...
We have the sending stones, don't we?
Does that give you direction though? That'll let you communicate. But if we end up at a
the problem is my locator
nearby
doesn't work that far. So you're hoping that we're going to be close enough. It's like you all could be miles from us. It's 1,000 feet.
All right. Well, if we have no way to figure out where we end up, then where are we going and why?
Where are you going and why?
Okay, so
why are we going on an adventure if we can't figure out where we get to?
Well, we're trying to go get family and then bring the family back. So that way in the morning, we have the family with us to get the kids out quickly.
Okay, so we're stealing mushrooms.
Yes.
Stealing, recruiting,
family reunion. It's a family reunion.
Foraging fields in the middle of the road.
Here's what's happened. They won an all-expense paid vacation to an adventure of a lifetime.
All right, let's go find mushrooms then, guys.
Elfie's gonna grab Oz's hand and Clapperclaw's hand and not touch the mushroom directly.
Now, hold on a minute. Clapperclaw's not going.
Clapperclaw's not going. And I guess Elfie's gonna grab Liam's hand because he doesn't want to touch them.
And again, I am gonna throw guidance on the mushroom before y'all leave.
Elfie's gonna cast guidance on Oz.
Yeah, and Oz will cast guidance on Elfie.
Liam without guidance.
Liam has guidance, doesn't he?
That's cool.
Hold on. Like a second before, Caitlin's gonna run back up to Liam and like give him a kiss on the cheek and say, "Come back to me."
Always.
So it's like a once upon a time moment. I will always find you.
Okay, here we
What are we
go.
rolling?
I'm just kidding. This is gonna be a pivotal moment. This is gonna go in the scrapbook one way or another, friends.
This might be when we all have to make a backup character.
When
Okay.
Ace goes, okay, it makes me real nervous.
Yeah, no, this is one hell of a plan. All right.
I say none of
So,
your other campaigns have done this.
no, can't say that happened. Okay, so Elfie, Liam, and Oz. I need somebody, all of you, to give this little fun guy instructions on where he's going.
All right, little fun guy. We want to find some of your family close by here in. And I'm going to look over to the other guys. It's Hither, correct?
Hither.
Thither. Please don't.
Hither.
Somewhere here in the forest. We want to find some of your family here in the forest.
The closest family here. that is healthy and that is
Oh, God.
that is healthy and that has the least concern of creatures being eaten near them.
Okay, well, unfortunately, Kalen's not part of the circle.
Oh, son
So
of a bitch. Oh,
you guys are there, and
no. Oh, no.
the
Oh,
little
no.
mushroom nods as you guys spin, and he says, 3 turns, Witter shins, and off we go. And
I'm stressed.
I'm going to move us to here.
Instructions are so important.
Okay, oh
interesting.
fuck! Is that a cauldron?
As
Fucking witch's cauldron.
Where the fuck is this family?
There's one next to the pot.
the 3 of you and the mushroom show up to this
No.
little bonfire that's lit, and in the distance next to the bonfire you see a little mushroom who's singing a little tune to himself, ladling butter over himself.
The
Of
thing
course
about
he is.
not being around creatures that won't eat you is so important.
Hindsight's 2020, baby. Okay. We probably should save that guy pretty quick. But very carefully.
Fast and
Yep.
together.
Yep. All together. 3, 2, 1. No Wittershins. Let's go.
On the way there, as we're running up
God, I
to
can't
it,
watch
Elsie's
it.
gonna cast Thaumaturgy to dim the flame.
Come on, little buddy. I can't grab him. I'm gonna say that I'm holding on to the little guy.
Okay.
I'm scared.
No.
Wait for me.
All right.
I swear to God, if this is a hag, I swear to God.
All right, as we get up there, what else
What do
do
we-
we make out about this?
Did me dimming the flame help?
Yeah, so as you guys make your way up there, you do notice there's kind of a bedroll that's laid out. Definitely looks like camp has been made. There's a handful of supplies, a cutting board, another little pan off to the side, and then this large cauldron that's directly over the fire that seems to be heating some kind of liquid. As this mushroom is sitting here, just literally ladling butter over himself. And as you guys get close enough, your fun guy, Sporticus, is like, "Oh, that looks awesome!" as he just immediately hops in and starts doing the same.
Oh, Christ on a cracker.
All right, well, I'm going to grab Sporticus and say, hey, buddy, you guys want to go on an adventure?
There you go.
This kind of seems like an adventure, doesn't? I mean, is this not an adventure?
It's not an adventure.
We got to go back and get our friends and then maybe go adventure some more.
And the other one chimes in, and I don't know. Croa told me he's going to be right back, and I should stay here. Well, my friend Croa, he told me to wait right here, and as long as I keep, doing this, then I can have a hot bath later. And he
What
kind of like ladles some more butter over himself, and Sporticus is like, hey, I want some. As he like reaches over and grabs the ladle to start ladling it over himself.
All right, guys, you want to talk anymore or just try to get out of here?
I don't know.
I think we
gonna...
extract first, worry about questions later.
Yeah, I think so. I think we just like, I'll grab the new fun guy and grab hands with Liam. If Liam and grab hands with Oz, it's holding Sporticus, and just say, hey guys, adventure time. Come on, grab your friends. We need to go to very distant lands.
Oh, don't say that. No, don't say that. Do not say that.
Welcome to Barovia.
Yeah, put the new Sporticus Part 2 in a bag, and the rest of us get in the circle.
Okay.
Put him in the bag of holding.
Okay, yeah, I'll put him in there.
It's a regular bag. He can breathe in there.
Okay, I
got a
need
sack,
to be
though.
sure. In game,
Kidnapping.
you are putting him in the bag of holding.
No.
Oh,
No,
no.
in a sack.
I just want to be sure.
Yeah, sorry.
No, we're just going kidnapping. Bag over the head, tie the sack.
Oh my god. Please have them go.
Extraction.
No, I'm
Let's
Sporticus.
go.
Okay.
Okay. So, in the meantime, the new Sporticus is screaming and yelling. He's just, but my bath! I promised a bath! Come on! He's gonna be right back! Oh, come on!
We'll
We
give
gotta
you a
go.
really, really, really nice bath without you having to do anything at all. It'll be free. We gotta go.
Strategy-wise, you guys are just grabbing hands and starting to spin, or what?
Well, let's
mean-
focus on the treehouse. Focus on the treehouse.
Yeah. Let's go back home. We found one. We can come back for another one later.
Okay.
All right, Sporticus, we're trying to go back to the treehouse. We're all gonna think about it. So, you ready?
Right. Treehouse. Got it.
Oh God. Oh no. Okay, it's gonna be fine.
Wait, Elfie's gonna like lean down to the Sporticus really quick before we all grab hands. He's gonna look at him and be like, "Remember the treehouse that we were just at, where your good friend Kaylin was?"
Treehouse
That's where we're
where I
trying to
was
go
just
back.
at. Yep. Got it.
Yeah.
I'm so ready.
Remember, we're trying to be in the house.
Right. Gonna be in the house.
Oh
Got it.
God. You're making it worse.
The treehouse in the moving tree.
Everybody give me history check.
Oh God.
Me
Alright,
and
well-
Oz have guidance, right?
Yeah, we
Oh,
would have
shit.
got up for that.
Oh,
Okay, I rolled a 20. I'm gonna roll my guidance to kind of.
Inspiration.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I will use mine. Oh, he got a
That
22.
was a nat 20, I think.
And I
Yeah,
rolled a 4
nat 20.
plus, so
Okay.
I rolled a 24.
I used my inspiration. I'm gonna give you another one.
Swear to God.
Okay, it was better.
Okay.
14.
All right, we got a 22, a 23, and a 14.
Listen, I'm sorry. I'm the weak link here. I'm sorry.
It's just like last time. Okay, I think we got this though. Hopefully, pray to God, Jesus, whoever.
We're gonna be in a house.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
sure.
I'm scared.
you guys
No,
make your way back to the treehouse.
Oh,
Oh
thank God.
my god.
bro. You know, in my mind, you know how bad it would have been if we wound up back in fucking Bavlorna's.
Oh no, 100%. That's where Sporticus was going. You guys just got more rolls than he did.
Oh my god.
We're back.
And you guys are like slightly off, not quite in the house because, memory-wise, like wasn't exactly there, but you're close enough.
Yeah.
See us come back.
Cheers
Kaylin
gonna.
is absolutely sorry. No, you.
Oh, sorry, that's fine. I was just like, Cheers gonna walk up and be like, this is not 50-11. You guys got to keep going.
Wait.
Oh god.
Not yet. We're not going anywhere yet.
Kaylin is absolutely.
The new campus tree is still going off. I just wanted to have a bath. I spent all that time getting ready and I didn't even get to have a bath.
Elfie's gonna lean down to the new campus and be like, "Hey, buddy, you want to know something really good? If you go over there with our friend, the big, giant, tall one that's like 27 U's tall, he's going to go have a really good bath here in a little bit, and you can go with him." Does that sound good to you, buddy?
I left Croa, and Croa had the water getting warm, and I don't know. I spent all that time getting ready, and it was for nothing. It's just now I'm here.
Can I roll a persuasion check to make him less sad?
Sure.
Hold on, Elfie's gonna make somebody less sad. This is a moment, y'all. Hold back. Hold out. It's going in the scrapbook. It's going in the scrapbook.
13. And I technically still have guidance on, so I'm gonna roll a d4 just to be safe. Guidance is a concentration spell, and I rolled 4, so 17 to persuade him not to be sad.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's kind of like still a little upset. But he's like, I guess it's still a bath. It's not as
And
good, and I don't
you
get to
see
hang
that-
out with Croa anymore. But I guess.
Well, maybe we can help you find Croa later, whenever you let us know that Croa is a friend and not gonna eat us.
I was
Um,
already with Croa, and you guys made me leave.
Well, you see that really, person over there, and he's gonna point towards.
That really person. Yeah.
That
That
I don't
really
know what I was
person.
gonna
Who's currently standing next to an owl bear. He's like, oh my god! Is he is frantically trying to squirm away now? Like, I mean, he's just a mushroom, so he's not that strong or going anywhere. But he is desperately trying to leave now.
He's gonna
Okay,
kind of
well-
usher Kayla to come over and grab the new Sporticus.
Mhm.
Here's Sporticus number 2, and she has great magic abilities too. So she can make you a nice warm bath whenever you're there.
I promise.
And that
I
gives
got a
the
little
new-
jacuzzi,
gives
and
the
she's gonna
Sporticus.
pull out. She's gonna pull out the cup that she has with water, and she goes, "You just tell me when you want me to heat the hot tub up. I'm gonna make it a nice, not boiling temperature."
And I hand her Sporticus number 2.
All right. Well, I'm gonna turn to Captain Criminy here and say,
Captain Criminy? Which one is that?
Who's that?
"That's not Sporticus. That's the other one."
Oh, I just said
No, they're
Sporticus number
both
2.
Sporticus. That's the whole thing.
Oh,
They're all
gotta-
Sporticus.
The new one.
Well, we can't tell them apart.
You're right.
So
That's
we
why
don't
if
know
we
that
call
this
them-
one can do the travel thing.
I thought they all can.
They all can.
We made that assumption.
He told us that.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
also
let's
there's-
ask him.
All right.
Intelligence is low.
And she says, I don't want to argue with you. You guys just came back. She's going to go over to Liam and be like, save me from Papa.
Hey, buddy. Do you like to dance and go on adventures?
We're on an adventure? That sounds awesome. Let's
No.
do it.
No.
Okay. So you can travel to other places.
Yeah, you want to see?
Not right now, but later.
Every time.
All right. Just confirming.
I'm scared.
I'll put this thing back in the bag because this cannot wander off again.
And then just kind of toss it to Caitlin.
Okay, so that was one. You guys, I mean, that was pretty quick, and it seems like it went pretty easy. So, do you guys want to go on another grocery run for another?
I'm willing to
I know,
try.
what
We can
I mean,
try.
For a little
but,
bit of context, we found this one boiling in a pot, dumping butter on his head. So I really hope that that's
Okay,
not
so
the case.
I
at
gotta
all.
be honest. I
Speaking of
overheard what you
which-
said, and y'all. Would you like me to write down for you some more specific wording that will help you narrow down? Because it did sound like there was a communication error.
All right. Well, while we're gone, if we're going anywhere again, if we want to push our luck, somebody figure out if they know who this Croa guy is.
Do we have a? Is there any? Can we roll a history check and see if we would recognize it?
Sure, go for it.
And oh fuck! My rolls are on fire today. 22.
Noise.
You don't know anything about him.
Yeah, exactly.
guys are-
Honestly, nope.
You guys have never heard that name before, so
Yeah, we're not from here. Remember?
I
Yeah,
know,
I
but
didn't
it
think so.
doesn't mean that maybe we hadn't heard it in passing or like
Yeah, that
Molly,
name
like,
does
said
not
it
ring a
under
bell
his
with me.
name.
Kaylin's gonna do an etymology when she runs her history check. She's thinking of her history books. Have I ever read? Is there a ballad of Croa? I knew the ballad
Nope.
of Tyr. No.
Nope.
Okay.
All right. Well, on that thread, when we were at Croa's camp, what was the scenery like? Was that similar to where we are now, or
yeah. Well, I mean, it wasn't like totally different. Just kind of middle of the woods, a little bit of a clearing, a couple of rocks around that seemingly used to kind of hold some heat in from the fire and stuff. Like it's nothing crazy special.
Oh boy.
Hey, Kaylin, can you find out from our new friend what Croa looks like?
Oh, I can try. Hey, little buddy.
Okay. Well, while we're gone, for the love of God, just don't let him take you anywhere else.
Yeah. Yeah, just
Yes, let's
while
not.
we're gone, we're gonna go find hopefully another one, and you have a little bit more survival instincts than these two.
Yeah. Would we like to review some specific verbiage that we should use when speaking to a something that needs very clear instructions?
So just
Sure.
what if we focused on the people here instead of the actual place? Does that make a difference? Like, hear me out, all right? Maybe Sporticus hadn't been to that specific clearing, but he was able to lock on specifically the mushroom, right? So by that same logic, what if we just lock on to Kalen, Tyr, and Clapperclaw specifically?
It's a great idea.
Because then
Yeah,
there can't be any
there's another-
misinterpretation, right? We won't end up in just a random treehouse. We'll end up where they are.
Well, I'm more concerned that you ended up in a situation where a mushroom was about to get eaten, which meant that probably you could have gotten eaten, maybe depending on the size. Yeah, Ellie doesn't like things to be eaten either.
Every time I
And,
scoot my chair and it creaks, she goes crazy.
so I'm kind of concerned about getting you to a safe place too, as well as getting you safely back. But I agree, that's a great idea. I mean, can you focus on a person?
I mean, I've done
We can try.
pretty good the past 3 days focusing on a specific person, so I think I got it.
I didn't mean you, Liam.
Ow.
And she kind of blushes and she's like, "Don't call me out like that."
That's all we need is Liam to be over here rolling for a history check and forgetting Kaylin because
Oh my
Oh,
god,
no.
can you imagine? This is gonna be so funny.
No, see,
So Kaylin, you mentioned these things are sometimes in circles. Are there multiple mushrooms in these circles? Is that how that normally works, or is it usually just one at a
Yeah.
time?
Yeah. My understanding is that typically the circles that are the most effective, they are in a circle. So you could ask them to send you to the nearest group gathering that has, I don't know, at least 6 of them together safely in a safe place where no one has a threat of being eaten in the next 10 minutes that you arrive.
I don't know how they're going to specifically know that, right? Like that seems like
Yeah.
we're asking them to
You're right.
use divination to be like, okay,
He
yeah.
won't. However, we could at least say a place where typically there's not large tribal wars of this mushroom hates that mushroom, or this mushroom gets eaten by bears often and they have to have more mushroom babies to repopulate. The places where like
really-
Why don't we
turnover.
just ask for a circle in the woods that's
a fairy
far
circle
from
in the woods.
homes and where there are multiple mushrooms? This should be pretty safe,
Okay.
right?
The eating thing sounded important just because we now have 2 that almost got eaten, and I'm kind of scared, but I
mean-
trust you. I trust you.
I was gonna look over and be like, "You really think their survival instincts are gonna change if we find a whole bunch of them? That just means they're gonna be hyping each other up."
You first.
More or less fighting over who's gonna jump in the boiling pot first.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I meant.
But
Was
Elfie's
me
gonna
first.
like lean over and like talk to Sporticus and be like, "All right, buddy, we need you to take us to the nearest fairy circle with multiple of your family, okay?"
While this is happening, given that Elfie is now talking to Sporticus, I need Liam, Kaylin, and Oz to give me perception checks.
Oh boy, oh boy.
That's fucking terrifying. Thanks, Ace.
11 for Liam.
17.
17.
Oh, look at you guys.
Kaylin and Oz, you guys kind of hear the like faint crunch of some twigs, kind of enough to just enough to really catch your attention to glance up as you guys see Will now holding a rather large glaive as he is locked onto Liam at the moment.
What?
He is, I mean, like very aggressive pose stance. He is, like definitely wielding this very large weapon. You've noticed that all of the kids are now like hiding kind of back around the treehouse as he is like slowly approaching towards Liam.
Didn't leave
And Liam looks normal to us.
absolutely looks normal to you.
We didn't leave anything. We
What's
took something
going
from
on?
Croa
Whoa.
and didn't leave anything behind.
That's true.
I'm gonna ask him
what's going on, Will?
And he like just points the glaive directly at Liam and says, "You all need to get away from him right now.
Why?
He's working for them, and I won't have it here."
Oh, this is a misunderstanding. This happened
No,
before.
there is no misunderstanding.
I swear.
She does the same thing to all of them. I won't have him put these kids in
Oh,
jeopardy.
no. I know.
Wait, now hold on a minute.
Okay.
I wouldn't do anything to put these kids into danger.
You won't, because I'll take your life here and now.
I swear to God.
Elfie's gonna ready his dagger, just like kind of like reaching behind his like thing, grabbing
Kaylin,
the little dagger.
Standing
from
in
Sir
between.
Princess.
Where is he? Where'd he go? Put him on the map. There you are. You. She's gonna get up in his face and she's going to say, I promise you, I swear, we have all lost something. I lost half of my soul. Let me show you. And she's going to try and connect to him and try to show him all the things that we went through, like try and just do like a quick like flip book of images, like the carnival and the lost, how she lost her quarry, how she regained her quarry, how we all shared our stories about what we lost, how Liam's lost his shadow, like the story of him losing his shadow, like all just like kind of quick succession of images, like to be like, I promise, he is not one of them.
Give me a performance check at disadvantage.
Oh God. Oh Lord, help
my
me.
gosh.
Oh, performance is not even a good one for me. Oh, please. Can somebody come blow on my dice? I'm so scared. $13. Please let it be enough.
With a 13, you reach out to connect to him. And when you do, you are almost repelled, taken aback, shocked as an incredible magic aura absolutely overpowers yours. And you are almost struck with like haunting images for the briefest moment. And for a split second, I mean, a fraction of a second through your eyes only, you see Will as a very different person. You see Will as this like very different young child playing with other children. And then a split second later, you see him as this almost haunting, lurking figure. And then immediately it's back to Will as he puts an arm to your shoulder and carefully pushes you aside. And he goes, I will not let him hurt these children.
He won't. What is this about?
He's not what he seems. Oz, who is this? You have to. Who is this? He is not. What is this, Oz?
I don't know.
If you don't,
Will, what is this about?
And he, again, wielding this large glaive, points directly towards Liam's feet, as it is now, I mean, roughly sun directly overhead of everybody,
No shadow.
and points
He
to
has no
Liam
shadow.
not having a shadow.
Oh,
And he goes,
no.
I will not let one of her servants into my camp, and if you all don't move out of my way, I'll strike you all down to keep them safe.
Elfie is
Okay.
gonna jump into this and desperately try and persuade Will, based off of their previous conversations and Liam's actions in the group. If he was really here to hurt anybody, wouldn't he have hurt them on the first night when everyone was sleeping?
And he kind of shakes his head. He goes, I don't care why he's here, but if he's here on her behalf, it may not be to hurt somebody. It may be to steal more things. It may be to separate them. It may be to return these kids to Loomlurch. I frankly don't care. It's not going to happen to me, and it's not going to happen to my family. Not again.
Okay, so I think Liam's gonna approach slowly, and he kind of like has his hands up. I really don't know what you're talking about, but if you feel that strongly, I will leave. Just don't hurt anybody. I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know what I've done to offend you. I'm really sorry. if there's one thing I'm
And, like-
used to is people reacting to me this way, so it's nothing new. But just know that I would never hurt any of the kids. And if I could just make one request, if I have to go, will you please give this to Nixie? And he pulls a loot out from his pack that's been kind of wrapped up the whole time, and just hands it over.
And Ken
Like
is
he-
absolutely staring at him and in his mind going, "Please don't leave me. You can't leave me."
Avino introduced
Yeah, and I
Jesus
think
Oh my
Will
God.
kind of yeah.
That scared the hell out of me.
Oh, fuck.
Will, like, you can see like his grip very much tighten on this glaive, as I mean he definitely is like holding it pointedly, arm's length. He does step forward, reaches out and takes the loot, and he goes, if everything you're saying is true, then you fully understand why I won't risk any of them being hurt. If you leave, I promise I won't hurt anybody else.
The last thing I want is for anybody to be hurt. I just wish there was something I could do to prove to you that I'm not who you think I am, whoever that is.
Oz, you're the cleric. Everyone would trust you. Help him see.
I can't help him see. He's trying to protect these kids, and Liam's in a strange situation here, apparently. Looks like, I don't know. Looks like the hag did something similar to Liam as she does to her employees.
Well, I've seen an orc chop down a child, but that doesn't mean that I look at Tyr and see the same thing.
Here.
Right.
Just because you had an experience that makes you think, I am telling you, he is the only thing that has taken me out of the dark. He may not have a shadow, but that means that he also does not have darkness in him, and I promise, he is good. He might be the only one of us who is really just good.
And Will's eyes like narrow as I mean, absolutely will not take his eyes off of Liam, but he kind of side eyes Kalen a little bit and just, you don't understand how this place works. I've seen the ones who don't carry a shadow. I know what she uses those shadows for, and whether he knows it or not, I won't let him put these kids in danger.
How is him being here without a shadow putting kids in danger?
He lets out this deep, like, irritated sigh. He goes, she steals their shadows and enslaves not just the shadow, but the people she took them from. If he doesn't have one, it means she owns him.
Do you mean Granny Nightshade?
And he grits his teeth, shaking his head. He goes, no, even worse.
Who?
Moongrave. I know of whom
So
you
we're-
speak. We
We're
saw
here
one
to
of her
take that
servants.
back.
What was that up?
We're here to get that back.
And again, he kind of shakes his head and he goes, if you wish to travel with him and risk your life to save one of her servants, that's your choice, but I won't let
One
him
of her
put these kids at risk.
slaves. You said it yourself. What's the difference between a servant and a slave in your mind?
And he shakes his head and frankly, nothing. I would advise all of you to be away from him, because if at any point she decides, his actions will change.
Is that the only way to lose a shadow?
He kind of like loosely shakes his head. I've never seen anyone lose their shadow and not be controlled by her.
I swear to God, I'm dying inside.
Tyr's gonna walk up and be like, what if I told you that we come from a carnival that took things from us?
And again, he kind of shakes his head. He goes, So you've lost things. Is that supposed to make me believe that he's incapable of harm? That his body is physically unable to do any damage? Again, I warn you, it may not be the person you see in front of you, but the person controlling the person in front of you.
Will, I see what you're saying, but what I'm
You
trying to
think you
say is we lost these at a carnival. As a child, his shadow was taken, and it wasn't by a hag. It was by the people at the carnival.
you think you know about controlling people? You think you know what it is to make decisions for others without them knowing? You think I don't know? You think I wouldn't know? Oh, I have seen into your mind, but I don't think you have seen into mine. Be careful what you choose next.
As
Aelin?
his eyes immediately get narrow as he disappears.
In a puff of smoke, invisible.
Nope.
What do you mean, nope?
But-
Is it?
Yeah, what do you mean, no?
He
How did he
disappears. Wouldn't you like to know? But the important bit, more than that, is that not only did he disappear, but he has reappeared and is now holding a blade to Liam's neck. As he looks to the rest of you and goes, "If you're going to threaten me, you can all leave. I will
Okay.
end him right now."
Stop. This isn't worth it. It's if I'm really a danger to everybody, then I should go. I know that everybody here wants to help
We
those
should all
kids.
go.
But wait, the kids, they need the help. And I want to help them, but if I can't do it, then you guys should. I can't leave this place knowing that we're not going to help them.
I think we're still going to help them, but we're going to stay somewhere else for the time being.
And
How
Will kind of glances to all of you and he goes, "Again, I'm not asking any of you to do anything. I'm not forcing anything, but you have to understand, I won't put any more kids in danger. I've made the mistake once and I won't do it again."
I think Tyr's gonna be like, all right, so look, we can't stay here any longer. Maybe we should make towards the pond or the lake.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
We'll stay there.
And I think Will kind of backs the blade off enough and kind of like still definitely within striking range, right? Like at a moment's notice, I mean, he could cut someone down, but he backs it off enough and he goes, "If you all wish to leave, that's fine. Again, I'm not asking anyone to do anything other than I cannot let him stay here for fear of if something happens to them, I won't be able to control myself."
How far away does he have to stay?
Shakes his head. He goes, "Frankly, I don't care. As long as it's not in my camp, I don't want him near these kids. I won't let things happen to them."
All right, well,
Kalen's
he's
gonna try one more
be-
time to go into his thoughts.
Okay.
Is it a performance check?
I mean, what are you trying to do?
I am trying to see if there's a way that I can. Oh my god, my mind just blanked, which is great because I'm supposed to read somebody's mind. Trying to see if there's a way that I can see what he has done that is making him so scared, almost of himself. It seems. I don't. Is that? Yeah. I don't know. and maybe try to push through a memory anything from that flip book that I was talking about that didn't get through before.
So with that, I'm gonna say give me an investigation check and see what you see.
21.
Yeah, 21. I think without digging, the forefront memory that is actively replaying constantly. You see almost through would-be Will's eyes. You see holding a small baby and giving the baby to a slightly older man, and that man passing through a mirror, and then the mirror turns back into exactly that. It's a mirror. And in that moment, the eyes kind of well up. You can tell the person, through the eyes that you're looking, starting to cry. Like it's absolutely tormented. And I think familiar to you, and I'm going to say familiar to any interpretation of you, the emotions that you are reading from him are not only familiar but exacerbated to a degree that is probably a little bit overwhelming to you.
The baby. Whose baby was it?
And he grits his teeth and again turns the glaive back towards Liam and goes, "You all need to leave before this gets bad."
I'm gonna look to Oz for anything. Do you know him? Were you involved?
So
Hold on, just to be clear. The old man didn't look like Oz, right? That he handed the baby to.
was I involved in what?
I'm sorry, I'm asking Ace for clarification before I actually go with this. The old man didn't look like Oz that he handed the baby to, was it?
Give me an investigation check.
Oh God. Please don't tell me you're evil. Are you the evil one? 16.
Yeah, I mean, older guy. I mean, maybe there's like some loose similarities, but I mean, it's an older guy. It's, not.
Okay.
It's not Oz. Like, I mean, it's definitely not Oz.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to sit there accusing you. Never mind. Oh, okay, that was about to get dark. Sorry, what did you say before this? I forgot now.
Like we aren't already in the fucking nether deep.
Yeah, I think he's just kind of, at this point now, asking all of you to leave.
Okay.
All right, let's go. His camp has rules. We'll be nearby. We're still helping the kids. Everybody's safe. We're fine.
Yep. Pierce just kind of round up Juniper and Clapperclaw and say, "Hey, come on, guys."
Galen's absolutely grabbing Liam's hand.
Elfie's got this the fun guys.
All right. So, moving from there, what is kind of your general plan of action right now?
Well, just
What
before he
What
actually
just happened?
before he actually walks away, I think he turns back and maybe even Misty. I just promise me you'll give her the loot.
And he kind of takes a moment to look at it, and I think as he does, you even see his eyes glow for just a minute as he really looks at this thing before he nods and he goes, "It's safe. I'll make sure she gets it, and I'll make sure she knows it was from you."
Okay. And he just walks off. Now, I don't know where he's going. Unless somebody leads him, he just kind of walks any direction.
Yeah, Kalen's gonna grab his hand and just whatever the direction was that Elfie was pulling other people to.
Yeah, let's just get a little ways outside of camp and we can circle up.
Yep, sounds like a plan.
God damn.
Okay. And so for my own sake, we're going to go like this. And we'll put everyone over here. you guys make your way to a little clearing.
No, my God, no. God damn it. Oh, God damn it. Oh, good. The fire's not going. It's not the same one. Okay.
Yeah, no. This is I mean,
Okay.
it's just it's a little clearing. You guys could pretty safely make camp here. I mean, there's nothing crazy, but I mean, you got a little time. As you know, it's sun. Probably a little afternoon. You're probably 2-3 o'clock ish, but you guys got a little bit of time before you do the next thing.
You remember VP when went to Barovia and you said you were sweating? I swear to God, I'm sweating. I'm so. What the fuck? Oh, okay.
Elfie's gonna kind of like look at everybody and be like, as much as we really need to figure this out, we don't have time to sit here. If we wanted to get more spores, we need to go. We only have a day and a half until the strike on Granny's place, and if we really do want to help these kids, we need to go.
It's
But
not
we
a
got
day and a
nowhere
half.
to
It's
get
tomorrow
back to.
morning.
I thought he said he's going in 2 days.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but we
Out of
slept.
character, we did clarify. No, when he said 2 days, he said tomorrow morning he leaves.
Then we need to go now. As much as I
Well-
want to find out why he's upset, I enjoyed our time there, and I'm sad that we can't go back. But we
Can I look
have
up in the
to-
sky and see what time it kind of looks like? Like,
He
He
said
said
2 or
like
3
2 or
o'clock.
Yeah, I mean, it's 2-3 o'clock.
Yeah, I think we abort the mushroom retrieval and we all head to the lake and go see Granny in the morning.
we have to talk about our plan though. Our plan. Liam
We gotta.
Liam was going to come with me. Liam and I have magic which can. Oh God, we need a plan. We need a plan. And if he's not going to allow Liam near the children, what are we doing?
best.
I don't think that changes the plan. We just can't have Liam back at the camp afterwards. Or maybe we can. Maybe.
But Will will be there. Will know that Liam is there. Won't he?
Yeah. So Liam can have tea with the hag. That doesn't change
But if
anything.
it's. Hold on.
Does it?
We haven't even talked tactics, have we? I haven't used it yet, but I will say I am one of the not to be rude, Tyr and Elfie, but the two of you aren't the most stealthy from what we've experienced. I do have magic which allows me to be quite stealthy and ensure that anyone around me is too, and we won't leave any tracks. Which means that I need to be part of the crew that helps get the children out, but I don't have a way to open locks. And
Elfie would like to point out that he is still holding on to a potion of invisibility.
will you come with me then and help free the children and not touch all the door handles?
And yet we wonder why Elfie doesn't like you. Elfie's gonna kind of just like look up and look around and just be like, I mean, we don't have a choice.
Well,
If we're gonna
have
keep our
other
promises,
choices.
we need to go, and we need to.
You
figure
could give.
out-
I
we need to
suppose
figure
you
it out.
could give the potion to someone else if I understand if we're not the best team to work together on a super important high risk mission.
Elfie's gonna kind of look in Kaylin's eyes, and I feel like Kaylin, and correct me if I'm wrong, has enough emotional intelligence. Is the only way I think to put it, to kind of see the determination in Elfie's eyes to make sure that these kids are saved.
Oh, I love that. Okay. You've trusted me when I didn't give you much reason to, and I'll trust you now.
Damn, I swear to God.
Oh God, what's Bam saying?
So Elfie's agreeing to go with Kaylin.
I mean, Oz here.
Oh,
It's here.
I-
I assumed you wanted to talk to the hag.
I need to talk to the hag. And I know plans have changed, so I'm hoping Liam and Oz, if you would join me, I think that would
I think
help.
that's a good idea. So I think the only help Will thought he needed was a distraction. So if we just talk to the hag, that should be enough of a distraction for Will's plan to be executed, assuming we believe enough in it. Although he
And then
did
we'll
say they might need some cover getting out of there, keeping the kids safe while they're running.
and then Kaylin and I will be there to provide that backup if needed.
But here's a question,
And-
because didn't he describe the back entrance, and it seems that her bedroom is closer to the back entrance, and I know Tyr said he wanted to propose to her and crawl into bed and, whisper sweet nothings
Well-
into her ear, but
Propose is a strong word.
Well,
I didn't say propose what. Could be
point.
proposing death.
We do
Till
know
death
she
do us
forgets-
part.
Yeah. Or,
She forgets the first person she sees, I think.
So
So
I need to figure out how to get in her room in the middle of the night.
Well,
Elfie's gonna be like,
I have I have an idea. How are you
Okay.
considered? What size creature are you considered? Are you a large creature?
extra
Large.
large.
You're large.
I think I'm
Can
large.
we?
Can you help us out with that, Ace?
Yeah, I believe you're a large creature.
Can we gift her Sporticus Part 2 and teleport into her room?
Oh. What if I don't get there though?
Can we also point out the fact that nobody's been to this place yet, and
Yeah.
for us to have to teleport in, we have to remember the place.
Correct.
So I feel like that's not a good idea, and not to be like a downer or anything, not the usual Elfie, but just I think there's
Nobody knows the sleep spell, do they? Just in case, somebody could slip in and maybe turn off Will's alarm in the morning and maybe slip him a little sleep spell. So give us a couple more hours to get a head start.
I do not.
I mean, here's something else that is possible. As much as I don't want to leave everyone, I can shift into something into one of Liam's costumes, and then Will doesn't know who I am.
How does your magic work? Because I have to say, I am afraid that from what again, I've heard many tales of hags. There's a wood near my place, and the tales I've heard of the hags there, again, it could be completely different here, but my understanding is that they can see through most illusion magic.
It's not for the hag, it's for Will. And then I can go with Will, and Will won't know it's me.
To be fair,
Well, he's not mad at you.
yeah, the only
Will
person,
It's only
just-
Liam.
the only
You
person
see,
that
now we all have to leave. After Kalen's last push into his mind, he banished us all from his camp. Correct or not correct?
Did I misunderstand that?
I think
I
he
know,
did
because he said
finish
that
us
we
all.
need you all to leave.
Mm.
So if I chafe back, I can give Tyr my invisibility potion. I can go with Will on this mission tomorrow. And then with the potion, Tyr can get in her room. With your magic, you can be there. Liam and Oz can distract the hag out front. And we just try our best to all make it out alive.
Well, can Kaylin sneak Tyr into her bedroom?
I can certainly try. I was hoping to help sneak the children out, but I suppose the back entrance is where I have to have Tyr go in the first place. But I guess the question is, when is the door going to be open? Because the door wasn't going to be open, and we can try it though. I can have him be sneakier than normal, but the problem is he has to be within 30 feet of me, so I would have to go in with him. So I think you do need the potion of invisibility if you're to get by. And I think unfortunately, Will's going to have to deal with the fact that I'm going to be there when the kids come out.
We're
Because
all
I'm
gonna
the
be
only
there.
one.
We already told him that.
Fair.
I
think he's
this
probably
is the
most mad
best
at me.
plan.
After Liam.
What did the baby look like, Kaylin?
DM, what did the baby look like?
Give me a
Roll
history check.
for me.
Oh,
Yeah, you're
God.
kind of in the moment.
I was kind of freaking out that I thought it was, let's go! I
Nice.
remember
Was that
that
a nat
baby.
20?
I remember every little part of that baby.
Yeah, with a natural 20, I mean, I think you do in very much detail remember every aspect of that baby. But I think the important bits that you gained from that were the baby itself was very young. I mean, very, very young. Probably, I mean, days, maybe weeks. And actually, you know what? It's probably older than that in that moment, actually. But it's, I mean, very young, very unaware of what's happening. I think. I tell you what. Give me an insight check to go with that. But I think the other bit of that you gain more than that was the area you were in.
Oh,
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 it was
he's
going
all-
so well.
let me ask you this: do you have inspiration?
I do.
I'm not going to tell you use it, but I'm going to tell you this is not a bad place to use it.
I'm so scared. We better not fuck up the unicorn after this, and I need to, I swear to God. Let's try again. Okay. It was insight, right? Please,
Yep.
please. I'm blowing on the dice. Please. I swear to God!
Is it the same fucking roll again? You just roll a two times in a row. I'll burn my
Yes.
inspiration for her.
Okay.
Can I roll it for
Go
her
for it.
instead?
She has to roll it, but if you want to use your inspiration, I'll let that go.
I'll burn
Y'all.
my inspiration for it.
What in the 7-nation army? Thank you, sir. Please, please.
Bam, 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 bam.
I
16.
mean, a 16's not awful.
So
I have a
with
plus 7 on this thing.
I know.
that
I know, it's
yeah.
bad.
With
That's
a
the hard
16,
part.
a 16 is a couple things that I'm going to give you from this. First and foremost, the mirror. This mirror looks very, very similar to what you saw at the carnival. It is very much so in that same realm. With a 16 and the natural 20, and I think who you are, who any bit of you is, the more you think about the baby, the more you think that the baby kind of looks like Oz.
Do we have 2 fucking changelings? I'm fine. I'm fine.
Why would that make Oz a changeling out of curiosity?
What?
Why would that make Oz a changeling?
Well, sorry. We'll talk about it later. Oz. Where did you come from, you say?
Where did I come from? I grew up and down the coast outside of Baldur's Gate.
But did you?
What do you mean?
How have you felt being here? Has it felt strange or?
Yeah, I think it feels strange for all of us, doesn't it? Been having strange dreams, memories that don't seem to fit. Well, they seem like memories. But they're new.
Tell me one. I love that. I see the screen that was like him pulling up his docs because his face gets white when the doc comes up. Sorry.
That's hilarious.
She was doing that to me the other day. I was like, quit outing myself to be like, right.
Yep. You can always
Nothing.
tell when I'm pulling up my bullshit because see, it gets bright and it's darker.
Hey, turn on dark mode here in a minute.
I'm so sorry. It's just funny. Tell me one
think,
of these memories.
Just to throw it out there, I'm just gonna, while this is happening, just kind of walk over to Juniper, give Juniper another ration, and pet her a little bit.
She didn't get any of that fucking fish.
That's true. No.
Well, I
I
don't know
didn't,
that
I
got rid
didn't
of
bring the
I
fish
still
with
got
me.
it on me.
I didn't think I needed
Oh.
to. I was going to go get them. I didn't think I needed to
No,
carry a barrel of fish with me.
You have the fish?
I had the bucket of fish. I
Oh,
don't
you
think
do?
I don't think I set it down.
Hell yeah.
No, I didn't know you picked it up. I thought you set it on the
I
ground.
love just this image of Tyr just standing there the whole time with a bucket of fish. Just standing.
Yeah, I mean, well, and so here's the thing too. Like, I don't think you guys were like necessarily escorted out, right? Like, I do think it was kind of a. I'm going to say it was like a mutual understanding, right? Like, yeah, you weren't welcomed, but it's not like, I mean, he like forced you out in that minute. So like, even then, if Tyr, took a minute to pick up the fish and what have again, it wasn't. I want to be clear: is it was not a matter of hostility, right? Like, he was not directly like wishing ill upon you guys or what have you. It was purely a precaution, and I felt like as long as he was on guard, he wasn't so much worried about you guys. But as long as you were there, he then had a risk that needed to be dealt with.
Hmm.
Oz, tell me of these memories.
Just dreams, like playing in the woods with other kids, but not kids I remember or recognize. In a place
Woods
that
like-
didn't seem like I knew.
Woods like these?
A lot of woods probably look like these, I guess.
Tell me, in these dreams, in the woods, with the kids, you must have encountered an animal or two.
Well, I didn't see any boggles, if that's what you're looking for.
Not boggle, silly. Talking squirrels, perhaps?
Don't think so.
Do you mind? We talked about having lessons on telepathy. Do you mind if we have a quick one now? I promise I'll make it quick.
Both ways?
Could you open your mind
Is that a yes?
and show us what?
Is that a yes?
Going both ways.
Wait, sorry, what? Did you ask me a question? Sorry, I did miss it.
Yes. Said both ways.
Both ways. Yes. Could you open your mind
Or to what?
to these memories, dreams, whatever you want to call them?
Sure.
Think on them. And now we're going to conference call. We're going to try and broadcast. I'm going to try and broadcast both what I have seen just a minute ago with the mirror and the baby and the man taking the baby. And I'm going to have Oz try and send me the images of what he has seen in these memories and his memory of the woods, and try and broadcast that back to everyone.
Okay. I'm going to make you roll a performance check on this. This is a lot of mental acuity for someone in your state.
I know it was a stretch, but I was gonna try.
Elfie's gonna cast guidance though.
He goes, "You look like you're about to do some really hard thinking, huh?"
She's like, I hear the gears from here.
God damn it.
Yeah,
Performance is not my
so
strong
Even with
Okay,
a
good.
plus D4, it's probably not enough.
suit. I think it doesn't
In the-
matter. Yep, that's a 10.
Yeah. In that moment, you do get a brief moment where you can see some of Oz's memories. You get this brief kind of a lot of what he said, right? But it's foggy to you. It's as if you are looking at these memories through drunk goggles, right? Like it's really hard to even for you to focus, and it's coming directly from his mind, right? Which in every time you've ever done this, that doesn't add up to you, right? Like something about that is very much wrong. In the meantime, you attempt to broadcast this to everyone else. And when you do, the rest of you, and I want to be clear, who you are doing it to the rest of the party only, or everyone in the camp?
Just to the party. I
Okay.
don't think that the rest of them care.
Yeah. So to the rest of you, you get this image of this shadowed figure, this overwhelming, dark, shadowed figure that, is not screaming, but calling, that is almost in this haunting tone that is piercing to your very core.
Oh, God.
It is like reaching out to like almost pull each of you, and you hear this delicate but this almost glass-like female calling out as you're haunted by this shadow figure that is almost consuming you, and then the presence is so much that it's hard for you to breathe, it's hard for you to move. Like everything about this is incredibly overwhelming to you, and then it's gone as Kaylin breaks focus.
The hell was that?
Sorry, wrong channel. Okay, new experiment. So don't worry about what just happened. I'm actually gonna go ahead and I'm gonna cast Protection of Good and Evil on myself, and then I'm gonna say, Oz, hit me.
All right, then I will cast Detect Thoughts on Kaylin.
No, hit me.
Oh, well, first I cast Detect Thoughts on Kaylin because I didn't know what you meant.
No.
So open your mind.
What do I have to do? Is that a wisdom saving throw?
If
Unless you're
want to
willing.
resist.
I am not willing right now. Nope. Nope. This is not. Nope.
All right, keep those low rolls coming.
Nope. Look, I have advantage on wisdom saving throws, so let's please, for the love of God, please. Please. Oh my what in the fuck?
One.
With advantage.
Holy shit.
What
That
is
was with
happening?
advantage.
Yes, that was with advantage. I got a 2 and a 4.
Oh my gosh.
What is happening
Your
tonight?
rolls tonight is bad.
Keep them
Oh,
over
God.
there though, because mine have been good. So,
Yeah.
what happens now?
Yeah, what happens now?
Yeah.
What are you thinking about?
You go to detect thoughts, and I'm gonna let Kaylin add Kaylin's part of this, but when you detect her thoughts, it's a battlefield. You immediately are hearing just a flood of voices fighting for power at all times. It is a constant war. It never ends. And then sometimes one voice is louder than the other, and sometimes the other voices are louder, and some of them are calling for help, and some of them are striving to help, and some of them are probably thinking of you guys, and some of them are thinking of Liam, and it is this constant power struggle that is just at odds at all times. That said, if you want to add in what Kaylin is specifically thinking, by all means.
Yeah, so what you're going to see is it looks like a glowing orb and sphere, and it almost looks like you're like zooming in, and the in a glance you realize it's not just one big glowing orb, it's billions of these tiny little glowing orbs. But then when you look at them closer, you realize each of them is like the size of its own planet. And you look at it and you realize there's a halo, and you focus on the halo around it. but the center of it is dark, and you feel like you're getting pulled into that darkness, and it almost feels like the darkness is staring back at you, like almost like the darkness is conscious. And then it all fades, and it feels like you're sinking into this desert that is nothing but black sand, and all around the perimeter of this desert is black flames that seem to draw in the darkness instead of releasing any light. And then suddenly you're seeing faces in the sand, like these faces of, like, you know, there's like magnetic things where it's like you put your hand on it and you kind of see the imprint of your hand like going up when it's like on these little nails or whatever. It's like that. Just all these different faces are popping in and out, and every one of them is screaming, twisted, silent screams that you can't hear, and you try to look away, but you realize you don't even have eyes. You realize you're not even a person anymore. You don't even have a body. And you feel this draw to the center, and all of the nightmares, all of the worst fears that you could ever imagine are being thrust upon you. And all of these visions of the worst thing that you could do possibly. You start to imagine literally pulling the guts out of your best friends that are lying next to you. You imagine doing horrible things to the people that you love, and realizing you're not in control anymore. Never mind, we can't do that. And then it ends.
The screen went away too.
You gonna sound
Love
like
it.
Morgan Freeman there on accident?
I was gonna try to, and it's not Morgan Freeman.
Listen, you about killed me the other night with Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, and I think I will add that I think right at the end of that, the last lingering thing, and probably the thing that probably breaks Oz's concentration a little bit, is almost this, I'm going to say, this jump scare of, again, this very glassed voice of this woman like calling out to help me, as she, like, the just fading thing that, like, really, like, that is a presence that is definitely lingering, and it's probably just enough to kind of shock Oz a little bit to break his focus, that is end up what terminates that whole situation.
We are the dreaming dark. We are the keepers of the dark flame. Kneel.
Well, Oz will step back a little bit, shocked, and yank off the helmet that he was using to detect thoughts. And gonna look a little bit flushed. Well, that was something.
Elfie Concern's gonna kind of like run over to Oz and be like, "You okay?"
Yeah, thank you. I'm okay. Kaylin, are you okay?
I told you we needed lessons. I don't think you're ready.
Well, yeah, maybe. That was something, though. I heard something, saw something, experienced something for sure.
How much time has passed with all of this, Ace?
I mean, probably a couple hours. I mean, you're probably 4 or 5 o'clock.
There's not time for it now. Can I trust you?
Yes, of course. We'll talk later. So what did you see of my memory? I don't think it was quite as exciting.
Nothing helpful.
Yeah,
What do we
it's weird. But
Oh.
yeah, nothing compared to you.
I think we all seem to have more secrets than any of us may realize. And she looks at Liam, a bit distraught.
Yeah, everybody has secrets. We still haven't known each other very long. It's not surprising. I don't think we're, so far, I think we trust one another. You don't have to open up all the way, but know that we're here for you. Know that we're going to
When there's
support
more
one
time.
another.
Well, it's getting close to dark. Do you want to try and get more Sporticai, or shall we head to the lake?
I don't think we, I don't know. We have two.
That will be enough.
Where
It's
are
more
we
than
going?
0, and it's more than 1.
Tyr's gonna just chime in and be like, all right, so if we're going to the lake, the biggest thing that I remember is the kids went covered and pretending to maybe look like a unicorn. Do we need to like disguise ourselves?
I think it's pretty simple. It seemed as, according to Will at least, he said something as easy as a stick on the forehead. So, I don't know. Did you get a chance to whittle that horn?
Well, to be fair, the entire time you guys were talking, I was playing fetch with Juniper.
Who at this point is now like standing behind Tyr, like nudging him, like wanting to continue to play.
with the biggest stick I could have possibly threw.
Damn, it must be a
Well,
big stick.
Are there any that are, you could just take a quick minute and sharpen?
Yeah, absolutely. I can whip up a couple right quick.
Great. I don't know if all of us need a unicorn horn or just one, but anybody have an idea for how we attach it to our heads? Because I assume we might need our hand. We're just gonna hold it.
Well,
I think we're just gonna hold it. That's what the kids were doing.
Is that what were they just holding it to their heads?
I think they all weren't they all under a blanket?
Well, they were under a
At
blanket.
one point.
Did they put the horn under the blanket, or was the horn over the blanket?
I think the horn was through the bucket.
Just through the blanket.
Oh, I thought it was like
So in their
holding up
case-
just the point of the tent.
Well, in either case, though, there wasn't a hand going to the forehead. And for all I know, this is a very insulting gesture to a unicorn.
Okay.
Is it?
Do we need free hands? Because I assume if we are holding unicorn horns, that also leaves only one hand in case something goes wrong.
I believe we only need it to get into the lake. Once we get in there, we can let it go.
I like your optimism, but today I'm not feeling very optimistic. I got to be honest here.
Listen, these kids made it seem so easy, so I
mean, maybe we're just overthinking it.
Or maybe your luck has been better than mine today. I'm glad it has, because you do deserve a better turn of the tide.
Well, this is gonna go hide a little bit of a smile and look and see about going on our way to the next section.
I am going to try and I will go ahead and I'll try and take like a little bit of the paper from my journal and wet it in the little cup of water that I have, kind of make like a little bit of a paste with it.
paper mache.
Basically, yeah. And see if any of the trees around me have like maybe a little bit of sap that I can also add into it, to kind of make like a little bit of a paste, and see if it sticks to my forehead with a stick.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be great, but yeah, I mean, it definitely holds enough.
Perfect. I'm gonna pocket a little bit of the paste, and I'll apply it before we go in.
Yeah, when you do that, Jared's gonna be like, "Oh, that reminds me back whenever I was a kid. Like I used to do a paper mache volcano. It was really fun."
Yeah. How about this? If we get those kids out, you show them, if you're allowed back, you show them how to make a paper mache volcano. I bet they'd love that.
That would be cool.
I bet Elfie could add flames too. Then they really love it.
All right, so as far as Tyr goes, he's going to grab one of the sticks he just whittled, and he's going to take his bedroll and kind of put it over him and put the stick under it to hold the bedroll up to pretend like he's a 7'6" uniform. Unicorn.
And I think you guys are specifically taking some time to get ready. I think somewhere in this, Clapperclaw, real timid, would probably make his way to Liam and just, Liam, you're not a bad person, right?
I'm going to be real upset when we have to leave him.
Oz is going to cast Zone of Truth.
Oh, now you cast it.
Now, what?
I swear to God, Oz. I quit.
You forgot you had it, didn't you?
No, she told me to, but it's like it doesn't force people to answer.
But it forces them to answer in the truth if they do, right?
No, it just tells him if they're lying, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
No,
is that how it
they
works?
can't
Oh,
lie.
interesting.
No, it says they
Wait.
can't lie.
Is that what it
Okay,
is?
yeah.
Okay.
They can't speak a
Yeah.
deliberate lie.
So it's Jim Carrey as
Quit.
our liar.
I can't.
But the reason it doesn't help anybody else because they just have to take my word on whether or not somebody is.
No, they can't lie.
Or not. If
'Cause
they fail to save,
I see.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so it isn't like an automatic. Okay.
Oh, maybe that's
It's
what
okay.
I'm thinking
I'm not
of.
judging
Isn't
your
there-
mechanics. I am
Isn't
just
there
a little
bit
sad.
of that says something to the effect of you're aware if they fail to save or something?
yeah. So the
Yeah,
caster
that's what
is
I'm
aware
thinking of, yeah.
Okay, so there's still a fail-safe where, just kidding. We don't judge people's decisions. You know, I'm sure you had a very good reason for why you almost got my husband. Oh, sorry, husband. Did I call him that? Look at his face. He's not amused. I love you, Jason.
Taylor,
I swear I'm
calm
joking.
down.
I'm joking. For those on the stream, that's my real life husband is Jason.
He's like, you gotta stop.
I'll stop. Go ahead, buddy.
Am I supposed to do something here? Just real quick. I don't understand what's happening.
Clapper clash if you're a bad person.
No, I know, but this spell, am I supposed to be doing
yeah, I mean-
something?
Oh, so everybody in the circle has to make a wisdom saving throw?
Charisma.
If they try to resist
Or
it,
charisma?
correct?
Is that what it is?
Oh, well, I'm not.
Yeah,
I have no
if they-
intention of trying to resist it because he
Yeah.
has the same answer no matter what. I don't know. I try not to be.
And I think you kind of look at Clapperclaw, who's seems like really perturbed about this, and kind of looks at you. But didn't you tell us that we get to decide who we get to be?
I mean, I did, but it sounds like there's something out of my control that I don't even know about. And which brings me to this: what if I'm putting you guys in danger just by being here? What if Will's right and maybe this person has my shadow and they could turn me at any moment?
I think Jared's gonna be like, yeah, I do think you lost the single most, probably the worst thing you could have lost here.
And I think
based
Clapperclaw
off of what we've seen.
kind of drops his head a little bit as he kind of trails off and goes, so we can't control who we are, and maybe I'm putting you guys in danger here if Granny comes to look for me.
Yeah, I really don't think Liam has an answer for that right now.
I think he probably just makes his way over and like sits down on one of the logs by himself as you guys are kind of talking a little bit.
I don't know what to do, but I don't know that I should come with you guys to the lake. What happens what happens when Will sends the kids down there, and then there I am putting them in danger again.
Yeah. We're assuming you're putting them in danger. You haven't presented a threat to anybody.
Liam, to be fair, Will specifically said, "I don't care where you go, just you cannot be at camp."
But specifically because he doesn't want me near the kids. The camp means nothing specifically. It's the kids that mean everything.
The kids do mean everything. You're right. But I really do feel like Will's not going to come after us as long as we're not at the camp.
It's not
I
us.
agree. I think the worst that could happen is we have to walk away from the pool with you. I'm not going without you, though.
It is more than that, though. It's if I'm a danger to the kids, that means I'm a danger to y'all. And I don't know how to deal with that.
If you think you're dangerous, then what the hell am I?
Liam, you have my axe. Hold it together.
You're not a dwarf. He's gonna kind of like put his hand on Liam's shoulder and be like, "There's not anyone here that has proven that they're not dangerous more than you."
I think Liam's size is fine. I'll come along, but I want you all to promise me something right here, right now. If I become a danger to you or those kids, if I jeopardize this mission at all, you'll take care of the problem.
I'll strike you down in a heartbeat to keep you safe, to keep your memories safe. Goddamn. Where was that roll earlier?
Nat 100. Okay.
Sorry. I'll do whatever it takes if it means that we don't leave you behind.
That's not what I want. That's not what I said. I said that if I become a danger to the kids or to you guys, that you'll take care of the problem right then and there and not risk it.
If you become a danger,
but what is the problem?
Deal with it.
We don't have.
We'll take care of the problem, but what's the problem?
Can we look up at this guy and just verify the time?
We're running out of it.
Yeah, sun's getting real low.
We have to go. I don't have time for this melodramatic bullshit. Liam, you're coming. Kaylin's gonna start walking. She's walking.
Let's fall, Kaylin.
I'm gonna call Tyr back and say, "Give me a hand with this one," and point to Liam.
Yeah.
Walk over
Your
there.
turn to be ragdoll, bub. Elfie's gonna change shape down into a small gnomish creature, I guess, is the closest humanoid I can shrink to, and get on the back of Juniper and grab Claw.
At the same time, Tyr's gonna be like, "Go on, Juniper, come on, girl."
We're holding the two spores. They're just on the map because, right? We still.
Yeah.
Okay.
That said, I do think Clapperclaw kind of pulls away and he goes, I think I'm going to stay at camp.
No.
Hold on. You're going to stay? You want to stay with Will?
And he kind of shakes his head. He goes, I don't know what I don't know right now. I think I need to find out who I am, and I'm kind of scared to know that answer, but I think I need to figure that out.
Okay, buddy. We don't want to see you go.
And he kind of nods. He goes, I'll hang out here.
You gonna stay here?
I think he kind of nods and even like just kind of a little downtrodden, kind of starts picking up some sticks and like getting ready to build a fire at some point.
He's gonna kind of like walk over to Clapperclaw and like just like gently put his like hand on his head. He's gonna go, Clapperclaw, what do you do in an emergency?
He kind of like super unenthusiastically reaches down and pulls off the stone from his belt. He goes, "We'll call 911."
Promise?
And he kind of nods as he tucks it back in and keeps grabbing some like leaves and sticks and things.
He's gonna hop onto Juniper's back.
Yeah, and you guys make your way off. I'm assuming everybody in some capacity has plans for a costume of some sort.
For what? I didn't understand what you said. I'm sorry.
A costume.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys kind of start making your way down towards the brink of the water, and yeah, so long as anybody has even the loosest form of a costume, you find yourselves able to get much closer to the water than before. More importantly, I think as you guys make your way down to the water, all of you, probably Liam specifically, you guys do hear just not great. Definitely not great, but you do hear some faint music off in the distance. And not a wind instrument this time, but definitely that of a lute in the distance as you near the water.
Do we feel this is the same kind of music that Liam plays whenever he's playing? Like, is it something that like?
No,
No.
definitely not like that. It's not, not like sad music or anything. It's just kind of like partial, notes, chords, things like that have just been kind of like haphazardly like thrown together. And you do hear some kids kind of like, chanting and laughing off in the distance as you guys approach the bank. And you guys have approached from a slightly different side, but off a little ways, you do see there's about 4 or 5 of the kids from the camp who are over there splashing and playing in the water, and one of them sitting on the bank holding a lute and kind of just strumming away at it.
Liam, is that the one you wanted to give the loot to?
Yeah, if he can see from that far away.
Yeah, I truth be told, in this scenery, what have you, I think you'd pretty easily be able to make out that of a tiefling off in the distance.
Yeah.
Does that make
Here
you
you
feel
are.
good?
I think he's like in a stunned silence overall. He doesn't really have much for you. I'm gonna be real honest.
Okay. Nope. Totally fair. Okay.
Tyr, you need to take a dip. Would you?
Do you
You should
want me to get in the water?
Really trying to get Tyr naked, huh?
Me? No. That's like my brother.
Ouch! Oh, I hurt for you on that one, buddy.
It's like my brother? Why is that weird?
I'm
No,
the
that's just like it's a guy
sister.
thing. Like, oh no, that's like my brother.
Kaylin
In
is
real life that would hurt, but in this it's like, yep, she's my sister.
No.
as you guys near the water's edge, Kaylin, this is like the worst case of deja vu you've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
You look out, definitely an island out in the middle of the water. It's real bad.
Do I see the flame like I did in my dream?
You don't, but you can make out what seems to be like a large metal bowl or something that seems to be out in the middle of this island.
There's a map for this that we're showing yet, right? I'm guessing there's some big reveal.
There is, yeah, but not yet.
Yeah, yeah. And you said it's in the middle, so like I'd have to go through the water to get to it.
Correct.
Well, I'm gonna start making my way to the middle.
Making our way downtown.
Okay. Go ahead.
That's all.
Is everybody making their way out there, or?
Elfie,
Considering she said that Tyr needed to take a dip, I think he's headed out there with her.
Yeah, Oz was.
Can I
gonna
look
hang
down?
Liam wherever he was hanging out at.
Elfie's kind of scared of the water after the marrows, so he's gonna
Oh,
come
sure.
cautiously.
Kaylin, are you looking down into the
I was
water?
about to ask, can I look down and see if there's any reflection?
Yeah, you look down and is absolutely no reflection. But that said, as you look into the water, you start to see memories.
Okay.
And it starts real recent. I mean, I think probably the first one you see is the interaction at the camp with Will when all of that broke out, and then it kind of continues to trail backwards as you see, the night you guys had under the stars, and then the trip to Barovia, and like it starts. I mean, it's just continually these clips of memory that's kind of pulled out as you look down into the water.
And we can see this happening or no?
No, if you look down into the water, it would be a very different experience.
How far away is the things? Like, how long does it take me to get to this center island?
I mean, it would be, a couple minutes of swimming. Like it's not, not real bad.
Yeah, and I think Tyr's just kind of keeping up with her. I would assume, since I'm swimming in the water, though, that I would have absolutely seen what's in the water.
Yeah, and I think here for you, again, it's a very similar experience where, you look down and you see a lot of the recent things. You've seen, the fight at the Bullywog camp. You've seen pinning the metal to your chest. You see cooking with Kaylin. You see all of these things, and probably even to the point where you also see some of the things of you in the arena. I mean, you watch yourself. Just in cold blood, murder these people outright. You strike them down almost effortlessly as you, just lay waste and are walking. And like all of these things are kind of playing back, overlapping each other almost on repeat.
Oh, well. Okay.
As they're going towards the middle, Elfie's gonna kind of just like sit down and not touch the water, but like just kind of like look inside of the water.
Yeah, Alfie, as you take some time to look into the water again, you see a lot of the immediate things, right? There's a lot of the real recent memories as far as, breaking people out of jail in the Bullywog camp. And you see the satyr falling from the balcony, and you see, these things kind of replay, but also you see a figure who you can't put your finger on. You see this person there who, in fact, I think to you it's off because everything else is so vivid. Everything else is so very much, oh, I remember that. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. But like everything else is so on point. But this person keeps showing up and you can't place it. You have no idea of who this person is.
Can I tell what they look like?
Through the water, not really. You just see this kind of shadowed figure, kind of hooded. It's fuzzy, but like not because of the water.
Okay.
Yeah, if everybody's going out in the water, Liam wouldn't hesitate to follow. He doesn't have much to say, but he wouldn't let them go by themselves.
Are you taking time to actually observe the water, or are you just kind of, following in tow?
I mean, I think maybe a similar thing to Tyr. It's like I feel like it'd be hard not to like,
Sure. Yeah, no, and again, just kind of like everybody else, you see a lot of the real recent stuff first. Again, you see the necklace, you see, playing music, but not just for, Octavian and some of the other folks. I think you see you in a tavern playing music with a lot of faces that you recognize. You see that kind of warming figure over your shoulder teaching you how to play. All of these things, again, kind of coming back to you. The other thing that I forgot to note, and it is incredibly important, Kaylin, for the very first time since being here and in recent memory, your mind is absolutely silent here. It is just Kaylin.
Okay. Have I arrived at the shore yet, or the?
Yeah. So the only thing I was kind of waiting is Oz going with them, or is he sticking back with Elfie?
Oz had been with Liam, just kind of keeping a watch to make sure there wasn't going to be any trouble. Like nobody else was going to come over, and Liam was going to have to deal with it himself. Though, as he kind of wandered out, he'd probably follow him up to the water's edge and at least take a look at the water.
Sure. Yeah, and again, you also see a lot of the real recent stuff. You see the carnival and your time there. You see the negotiation with the snakes and all of these things that very recently happened. But you also see a lot of the longer back things. The different treaties and the different things that you have been a part of as you've this history is replayed. But then you also have moments where it kind of gets real fuzzy and real blurry to you, and you see this forest, but it's just really fuzzy. It's hard to see any detail, and it kind of makes you question a little bit, like maybe it's an imagination thing, maybe it's maybe this is the kind of thing where you've been told the story so many times that this is just what you think it is, and again, it's there and it's gone almost as quick as it came, and you're seeing again all these other the traveling you did and all of that stuff at the same time. Okay, so that said, it seems like we have 3 of you making your way to the island. So we will shift here.
Just imagine Tyr trying to swim right now.
Ooh, it's pretty.
Hey, Tyr can swim.
As
At quarter movement.
guys-
yeah, I'm slow.
yeah, I mean, she'll get there. I mean,
I'm just
that said,
imagining
Tyr, as you make your way out of the water at the other end of the island, you do feel incredibly refreshed. Like you've had several nights of sleep. Your body feels kind of rejuvenated. In fact, all 3 of you feel very much that same way. You got a little bit of a refreshed pep in your step. Mechanically, any ailments you guys had, including exhaustion, is washed away from you.
Heck yeah. Tyr is absolutely loving that right now.
Are we able to see them from the shoreline?
Yeah, I mean they're kind of a ways out. I mean it's kind of small figures, but yeah, you can see them out there.
You want to join them, Elfie?
Yeah. Kind of
Alright,
weird
let's
being
go.
apart. Especially when we might have to be
Take us
apart
a few
soon.
minutes to get over there, but carry on. We'll start making our way.
Ah! Giant Elfie.
Well, you guys were here, and then you said you weren't going, so I took your tokens off, but it's fine.
It's okay. It's like that new Marvel Rivals mode, big head.
Okay. Kaylin, are you just immediately walking over to light the fire?
Oh yeah. No, I'm not. I'm joking. I was gonna look at it first.
I mean, it's exactly what you think. I mean, there's a large bowl with some coal in there, kind of a greasy residue. I mean, it is exactly that.
The coals don't look like the coals from Hither, do they?
Okay, before you say that,
Negative.
I was literally about to say, did those clothes look sentient?
No, in fact, these have, I mean, despite the picture, have almost no glow to them. I mean, they're almost a little damp just from the general mist in the area.
They look perfectly normal tier. Good news. You all right? I don't want to give you PTSD, but you all right if I light the fire?
Please, at this point.
We didn't start the fire.
I'll go ahead and press to digitate like a little
Burn.
spark in the, because I'm assuming it'll light if I put it on the coals.
Yeah, sure will. And as soon as you do, you guys see this kind of spectral beast out over the water.
Ooh.
Where is he?
Let
I was
me
coming to go. I was like, where
pull
is
this
he?
up.
I want to see him.
You guys see this spectral unicorn kind of make its way out of the water. And it
Wait, it's a
kind
spectral
of,
unicorn?
it's very much like made of the water in the area as it kind of walks up and kind of looks at you guys for a brief moment and kind of slowly walks away in like a small circle before turning around to look at you again. And as you're looking that way, you realize that there have been a slow set of footsteps that have approached from the opposite side of you as another unicorn arrives. And I will share this with everybody.
Oh, interesting.
Lamorna.
Lamorna.
Oh, that's
Oh,
Lost
no.
mate.
Oh, no. Not more lost mates. Oh, no. God damn it.
Oh.
My heart.
I heard it here.
Such a dark place.
It's so sad.
Steve, I mean, without a word, kind of just walks up and raises a head, looking at you guys, and just waits.
Sorry, where is she? She's right there. Well, I think I'm going to go on up. You guys want to come with?
well, Oz is just gonna take a knee and bow his head.
Elfie still being of gnome stature is going to kind of like try and bend over and just kind of like follow her.
You know, I think for the first time in a long time, Liam probably pulls out his violin to play.
Oh.
Oh, God. Please make it.
And I think,
Hath thou been restored?
well, actually, I think that for the first time since, you know, whatever happened, he really embraces music. If you know what I mean. And he like puts his whole soul into what it's going to be. And hopefully I don't fuck this up, otherwise that's not going to mean anything. Yeah, how about a 28?
Hell yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, let's go.
So
Please.
I'm here. I'm going to tell you guys what happens.
Oh, God.
Liam,
We ain't gonna
between
like
you and I think there's an understanding right here. But he starts to play, and this is better than he's ever played for any of you.
Oh,
This is pure joy. This is, I mean, and maybe not even so much joy, but the tune itself carries amount of joy, right? It is absolutely carrying over the water. It is, you know, just ringing out and carrying all of that classic Liam emotion that you guys have been used to. And I think even so much so that Liam and probably the rest of you can almost hear a faint cheer from the far side of the water as some of the kids are down there and can hear the music and really enjoying it as he starts to play.
To be real honest, I didn't expect that. I thought it was gonna be really sad.
So listen, I want you to know that's why I think there needs to be an understanding between the two of us right now. But yeah,
We'll get there. It's fine. Yeah, I think I'm there, but it's okay.
yep.
No, you're gonna tell me this is a turning point and it's all good from here. That's what I want to hear. It's gonna be all
The
good.
only thing in my mind is the body gets
Holy
this
fuck.
burst of energy before it gives out.
So, just for a quick clarification, because it's gonna really depend on, I think before, whenever I tried to play, I heard it as like happy, right? Like I heard what I was trying to
Correct.
play. Okay,
Yep.
so I'm gonna say that Liam's expecting you guys to hear like the saddest thing ever, and he's just gonna be like super straight faced and like almost like mournful, like he's been through this situation where, not to go too much into it, but like he felt like that was such a special place, and then he was like kicked out of it, and then he was just trying to protect everybody, and then Kaylin kind of snapped at him, so he's just straight faced and like super stoic.
Well,
you know what I mean?
okay, so let me also take this back just a half step.
Okay.
I want to be clear. Whatever you intend to play is 100% what's happening.
Oh.
So if your intent is to play that more kind of somber thing, that is absolutely what
shit.
it is.
Okay. Well, no, that's just what I was expecting it was going to come out as, right? So
Right, and that's why I wanted to be clear. So whatever you are anticipating and attempting to play right now is absolutely what it's coming out as.
okay, so let me paint it a little bit different then. I think that maybe he expected it to come out sad, but he picked a tune that he played with Caldrian a lot, and it brings good memories for him. So maybe it is a happy tune, but it was meant to be a duet. So maybe it's like it's really happy, but it feels like it's missing a half of something. Maybe go with that.
Yeah.
But again, in his head, he's expecting everybody to just hear the saddest shit that anybody's ever heard. So he's still going to be like super, somber and, maybe even for him, even though it's a really happy song, he would felt that way anyway because it's missing that second half that needs to be there, right? Okay. I mean, that's what I got.
Damn.
Alfie's
For the first time tonight, I've rolled half decent. So, yeah, I think even as you start to play where I'm going to argue that there's, quintessentially a missing part of the song that's being played. I think quietly from the shore, maybe a little off, not quite, up to your standards, but you do hear a lute attempting to play along and fill in some of those missing parts.
Oh no.
I can't handle this game anymore.
Okay. And I think maybe when he hears that, he gets a hint of a smile. It definitely makes him happy. But listen, he's in a dark place right now. Okay, he's just trying. He's just trying to.
Yeah,
get
well,
through there. That's all he's got.
Are his feelings enough to interpret our tears as happy tears?
That'd be up to him.
I know, that's what I asked him.
Oh, I'm sorry. This question was me. What?
Yeah, is your emotional state enough to realize that our tears aren't sad tears?
I mean, if you're crying, he doesn't see it. He's got eyes closed, just sawing away. He's just in it, and again, his intention was just to like play this, and you guys hear it a certain way to kind of like. It's kind of like a tribute, right? I'd also want to be clear, right? It's like, okay, now's a good time to play music. I think for him, it's more like this is his offering. And that is really on the nose, and I didn't mean for it to be, by the way. But this is kind of like his offering to the unicorn, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And then after the song ends, he's just gonna kind of lower his violin and just stand there quietly while they do their thing. That was his thing.
Yeah, and I think the unicorn standing kind of stoic just kind of looks to the five of you slowly, each in passing, and just kind of waiting.
I think Kaylin's like super. I don't know. She's like super torn. She keeps looking back, but she has this like strange draw from the deja vu of everything that happened, and like kind of like keeps looking back at the unicorn. Like, are you gonna turn into the figure that I saw? And she keeps like she almost thinks like she's like verbalizing like, are you gonna turn into the figure? Are you the person by the lake? Or I don't know. And she like kind of approaches it and like reaches out a hand slowly.
Yeah, and I think the unicorn takes like a half step forward and kind of leans forward more or less and just kind of tucks like its muzzle into Kaylin's hand a little bit as you for the first time hear a telepathic voice of this unicorn who answers you, and you hear this voice go, "I'm not the figure that you've seen in your head, and for that I apologize."
Maybe that's for the better, she says out loud.
What'd you say?
Oh, sorry. In my dream, I saw a figure. I couldn't figure out what the figure was. Everything else in here has been exactly like it was. The flame, the reflectionless water. I thought maybe this was that same figure.
Oh, okay.
I wish we could stay as long as possible. Who do we know the name Lamorna? Like, I'm guessing not, because that's like a subtext on the handout, right?
Correct.
Okay. What's your name and who was that figure in the water?
And all of you, as she begins to talk, can hear the unicorn telepathically, but also you can feel the weight and the emotion and the kind of the sadness that this unicorn has as she kind of tells her story. She says, "Well, my name is Lamorna, and I fear that now I am the last of my kind in this land. The other figure you saw, well, I think that's what was left of my partner."
What happened?
Well, unfortunately, the magic that we carry, the magic that a unicorn horn specifically possesses, is nearly unrivaled. More than any wielder can wield by themselves, the horn of a unicorn is simply one of the most powerful things that has ever existed. And word got around that we were here, and unfortunately, a group of hags were able to capture my mate, and he was taken away. And after a while, I stopped sensing him, and when I couldn't sense him any longer, everything changed. The lands changed, and I couldn't feel her anymore. And I'm pretty confident they used his horn for this.
Have we put you in danger by coming here?
And she kind of partially nods. She goes, I mean, anybody who enters here arguably shows how to get here. There's obviously a reason that I protect this place and I stay hidden here, because nobody can find me here. Nobody can detect me. Nobody can locate me. I'm hidden. But so far as I can tell, nobody came with you, and thus there's nothing that I need to be concerned about.
Do you sense any danger coming from my friend over here?
Takes a minute to look at him and like really thinks about it. I don't. I'm not necessarily my expertise, but I don't.
If it was something that was a danger, would he have been able to come here?
Anybody can come here if you know the secret to get through our warding.
Okay.
What about Will? Who or what is Will?
Well, Will, as you know him, isn't just a regular being. Well, Will exists as something more now, and it wasn't always the case, but Will sought power. And now Will is what we would refer to as an Oni.
Oh no.
What's an Oni?
Oh no. Can I run a history check
Sure.
to see how much of what I know Kaylin knows? Oh no. 16?
Yeah, I mean, I think you remember a fair bit. I'll go so far as to anybody who doesn't know, an Oni is typically kind of a ghostly demon kind of figure. They quite powerful, very old, very ancient, kind of carry a lot of emotion, things of that nature. Usually, the backstory behind an Oni, I mean, there's a lot of things to it, but usually that comes down to, something of a ghost that died because of a lot of emotion that was involved.
And they're typically not kind, right?
Yeah,
Not
so
good.
so the thing, typically the thing with them is just that, right? Because they died with so much emotion, they, as a ghost spirit, whatever you want to call it, they carry that emotion forward, and that's kind of their new leading cause.
I'm just going to look back to Liam and say, I pray that your philosophy of we choose who we are is really true for Will.
What happened to make Will an Oni, Lamorne?
She kind of shakes her head, and it's not my story to tell.
Gosh dang it.
Will has a history, and it's a thing. But I assure you this: Will has a good heart, and he wouldn't do anything wrong knowingly.
Can we save him from the Oni? Can we pull him back?
She shakes her head, and that just is what Will is now. I mean, there was a time before that maybe somebody could have, but now that just is what Will is, and Will uses that to his gain.
Do you know of a way we could regain his trust in our friend Liam here? He's, as you've noted, Liam is good, but because of his experience with shadowless people, we're at odds now. And it makes me scared that we can't help the kids if he won't let us near them.
She kind of nods and she goes, that is a tough situation, but listen, it's not my story to tell, but I promise, if you help those kids, if you make sure those kids are safe, Will won't turn you away.
Okay. Are you the alicorn?
You kind of a little quizzical. I don't know that I'm well. And again, you all can feel this resonating deep sadness. And she goes, I guess now I am the alicorn.
Oh my god, the alicorns is the last unicorn.
What does an alicorn mean?
He kind of just goes, I guess we're regarded as the ones on high. I mean, our power exists above anyone. That's why our horns are so sought after. In fact, that's why I'm confident that it was Eladin's horn that was used to stop Sibilna.
Is there
Wait,
anything
to stop Sibilna? Sorry, go ahead.
Is there anything that you can give us that'll help us on our journey with all the magical powers you do possess?
She shakes her head and goes, honestly, the most I have to offer is if you can find Eladin's horn, it's going to be the only thing that's strong enough to undo what's been done.
Is there a way that you could? I mean, does it look exactly like yours?
She nods and she goes, I mean, maybe not exactly. We're all a little different, but I mean, you're going to know it when you see it.
You said, I'm sorry, I missed something. You said that it was used on Sibilna.
And she again nods and she goes, I'm confident that's what stopped her. It's the reason I couldn't sense her anymore. It's the reason that I couldn't feel her rule over these lands. And while she may be the only one that our magic isn't strong enough to kill, it is strong enough to stop her, to lock her in place.
She must be pretty powerful then if even the most powerful magical item in the world can't kill her.
And she nods again. She goes, yeah, this is her land after all. She carved this out of a section of the material plane that was falling to ruin, that was being consumed by mists, and she carved it away and formed it in her own image. And you know, she gave a lot of people a safe place, a lot of people a home. She's not without fault of her own. I mean, she is, at times can be very vainglorious and deceitful, but her magic is what keeps this place safe, keeps this place isolated. The only reason that anything has changed and transpired the way it has is those hags, those stepsisters of hers that have ruined everything that she built.
Stepsisters?
She nods. She goes, that's unfortunately the reason that the Hourglass Coven even made it to the palace. They were her stepsisters, and she brought them in as consults.
Do you know? You seem to know quite a bit. If I roll a history check and I ask you if the name, and you can tell me the name because I do know it, I just can't say it.
Sibilna?
No, not Sibilna.
Oh.
The name on the love letter. I guess I could pull the love letter out and ask who that guy is.
He's old.
No, that was
He's old.
I think.
Yeah.
Was that the love letter too?
The letter too. Yep.
So he wrote it to her, and so do you know what fate became him?
I think his old's a girl.
It is. But she kind of shakes her head and she goes, unfortunately, I don't. Sibilna has, had many dealings. She was always busy, but always in the best interest of Prismere. She always wanted to keep this place safe. She set out to make everything safe here, and unfortunately, a lot of things have transpired since then. She at one point made it so nobody could enter the palace without her approval. The Palace of Heart's Desire was a fortress, if you will. It was a sanctuary, but once the Hourglass Coven has been there, they've found a way to circumvent that, and I don't know how, and I don't know what they did or what evil doings they've done to make that possible, but they've made their way into that palace. The other thing that I do know, and again, unfortunately, I wish I could give you more, but maybe knowledge will at the very least put you on the right track. Within the Palace of Heart's Desire, there's a room on the second floor. This is Zybilna's palace, her fortress, her sanctuary. In that room, she keeps her absolute most treasured tomes. All the books, it's her secret library. It's only for her. And maybe there's something there that can help you. But the thing that you need to know, there's a creature who now lives there. There is this thing. It's known as a Jabberwock that constantly tries to assault this pool. It flies from the palace and tries to attack this area. I'm frankly a little concerned that it can sense me here. I don't know that, and maybe it's just an animal instinct that, it's looking for food and this is an open area outside of the trees, but just it's a horrible thing, and it seeks only to feed. I highly advise all of you to stay away from it.
I've seen it. It tried to eat our new friend Juniper.
And her eyes kind of get real wide as she takes like a couple steps back and shakes her head. Just you need to get Juniper away. Rarely have I ever seen the Jabberwock give up on a hunt. It may stop for a while, but once it has a scent, it never gives up.
I think at this point, Tyr is absolutely gonna start heading back to shore to get back to Juniper.
Okay.
Whose Jabberwocky is it?
She shakes her head. She goes, "Unfortunately, I don't think it belongs to anyone. From what I can tell, it has just taken up residence in the palace now that it can access it."
Is there a way to stop it?
And she kind of shakes her head. I've heard tales of weapons that could stop it. I've heard tales of magic that can render it useless, but unfortunately, I've kind of secluded myself here, and well, there's nobody else for me to talk to anymore, so I don't know much more than that.
You can talk to me.
And I think you kind of sense this small bit of relief. She goes, and as much as I would love to continue to do that, I feel like all of you have other things you need to be concerned with other than just me.
I had a dream about this place. It's quiet now, but usually my head is teeming with others. I regained a part of me and then something more. And in this dream, I heard about 3 keys. It sounds as if you've told us of one. The item lost, perhaps this horn. The name long forgotten and heart to press on. I also know that we fully intend to do away with the hags And I know it's not going to bring back your lost love, but any tips or hints that you have that can help us sow the seeds of their undoing, please.
And she kind of takes a moment to think, and unfortunately, none of that means all that much to me, aside from, again, the unicorn's horn is arguably one of the most powerful things you could lay your hands on. But right next to that, especially in these lands, a name. Someone's true, full name carries more power than you could ever imagine.
Whose name?
She shakes her head and she goes, anyone's name. In these lands, your name, your true full name is you. It's everything you are. It's everything you represent. It's every part of your being. It is through and through. It is you.
Can you... you've given us so much. Can you help? I think she's going to probably speak it now telepathically and say, I don't know if I know my name anymore. And I don't know if you have the ability to see, but can you see it?
And I think kind of again, she kind of tucks her, like the muzzle into your hand a little bit and kind of rubs your hand. And then you do feel this kind of warmth. And she goes, of course I know your name. Your name. And in that moment, she is cut off as this figure comes out of invisibility.
Oh no.
Driving a knife into her chest.
No.
And that is where we're going to stop for tonight.
You motherfucker, I swear to God.
Oh, no.
I'm not okay. I'm not okay.
That's fucking...
I'm not okay. I'm not okay.
Oh, no.
Who else is okay going another hour?
Funny.
Holy fuck.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, that was well done. Okay. Well, shit.
Wow.
I think shit.
Wow.
Word. Cool.
Oh
well,
my god.
Here swam back to the shore, so that's,
Yep.
Juniper's safe.
well,
Oh
Yep.
god.
there's that. Damn, I don't even know how to end this now.
What the hell? Just can we spend, even if we don't play, can we just spend the next hour just like on doing the talk show of this? I have so much I need to unpack with you all right now. Like, what the fuck?
I mean, I don't know. Is that what y'all want or what? I don't.
I think we end the stream and we can
I
chat
think,
it.
yeah. I
Okay.
think so.
Yeah, we don't want to
fine-tune.
give away too much to the
And
audience,
we need
right?
to pull...
Oh my god.
And we need to kind of like strategize the next steps of what we do too.
Cool.
And
All
giving
right.
that away from what we will do next time.
Beautiful. Well then, what we're gonna do, friends, is we're gonna go ahead and call it here. We're gonna go through and reintroduce the cast, let you know who we are and who we were playing and all that fun stuff. But before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and give you my spiel. Number one, if you guys want to relive any of these moments or go back and catch up to what we're doing, the YouTube is pinned there in chat. And if you're watching this after the fact, thank you for doing so. But also, you can catch these live. I think our next session has been decided already. We're ahead of the game this time. I think it is going to be this Sunday. May the... Feed it to me. May the what?
5 p.m. Eastern time.
What is that?
Fourth. May the
Fourth.
fourth be with you.
5
Is it on-
Eastern. 5 Eastern.
Okay, well, hold on.
May the fourth be with you.
It's May the 4th. Okay, this Sunday, May the 4th, we will be doing our next session at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you guys want to come hang out for that, please do. It's almost like, I will tell you, Pixel, I very much am like, I'm even doing the whole thing, like, D&D has a lot of rules, and we might play loose and fat, you know. I'm just really digging in, man. You know, I can't do it like the master.
Did they... Have you been on the roleplay screen this entire time?
No, I've been switching back and forth.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, did they see this thing just pop up?
Oh, you know what? Actually, real quick, I don't think that I was on the screen for that. This is the thing that just stabbed me.
Damn.
Honestly, I'm honored. I got you, dog.
I think
got you.
we could. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna put the map over Ace's face on this screen, even since he doesn't have a camera. Ace is the map.
On the other screen, just have the map in the little the little tiny
exactly.
thing. That's funny. Okay. Anyway, we're itching to talk about this, so let's go ahead and wrap it up.
Yeah.
I've been Vincent Page. I've been Liam, the heartsick bard. Damn, it went like I was real happy last time, and now I'm real sad. So that's been rough. Thank you guys for hanging out.
Yeah, I've been Ace. I've been the DM, causing all kinds of turmoil and trauma and emotions. And, I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job.
You're doing a great job, Clapperclaw. Great job. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I'm Foxy. VP took my sadness away, and I am now not a sad boy. Now I'm just rapidly confused. And I'm a changeling warlock.
Hey, there it is.
Yeah.
Got it.
Right, and I'm Jason.
Maybe not the only
playing
changeling.
Oswald Holloway. Not a changeling, just a cleric. Humankind.
Yep. Sure.
Sure.
Human. Uh-huh.
The seeds of discourse have been sowed in our own party. It's real bad. It's bad, y'all.
There's no more trust around here.
Nope.
Liam's scared Kaylin's gonna break up with him.
Okay,
Elfie's
hold on.
Elfie's
I have
happy.
been-
Liam's sad. It's real bad. It's all fucked up right now.
Bro, me
Everything's
and you
all
are yin
upside
and yang, bro. Like, I can't be happy if you're happy.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I am Lady Stuff, and I have been maybe Caitlin. She was about to learn. Who knows? And I am the Kalishtar Druid whose boyfriend keeps trying to abandon her. So,
You did.
You
didn't
sure
even mad this time.
did. You
really
absolutely kept trying to leave my ass behind.
did. Not once, not twice, but 3 times tonight. You tried to leave me.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna let you finish. Tyr, go ahead, and then
I'm gonna let you finish.
I'm gonna
let you finish moment.
yeah. I'm gonna circle back before I end the stream. But go ahead.
Okay, so I am Sky at the Wise, and I'm playing Tyr Firefist, the half-orc barbarian, and I at least I made sure Juniper was safe. I really don't know what's going on right now, so
Yeah, you got no clue. Oh my god.
because at this point I haven't seen any of this, so well done.
Shit.
At least
I
Albert's okay.
want to really point out the fact that we just lost our fucking tank at this pivotal moment, and he's nowhere near us.
Nope.
And
Yep.
Kaylin's standing directly next to whatever this is. And
Oh, yeah.
squishy. And
Oh god.
Yep. And I don't have the wisdom of my 17 other personalities to tell me what to do. So now you guys have Kaylin from the beginning who eats grass.
Okay, well, I'm gonna leave you with this a little bit because there ain't no way I'm letting it end on that deal. Liam isn't trying to abandon anybody, but if he feels like he's a danger to somebody, he's probably feeling a certain kind of way about that. That's all I got to say about that. Okay.
Your feelings are valid. They're still abandoning.
Abandon. Okay, whatever. Anyway, let's find somebody to raid.
Holy
Jeez, Christ, that's gonna make things
what a
break
time.
for a minute. Okay, let's see what we got.
I got Kev Enix.
Oh, it's
I
Kev
have
left.
Texas Myler. That's
Yep.
all I got.
Raid Kev. That's cool.
Wait, which Final Fantasy is the one with Eevee?
9.
Or Eevee, sorry.
9.
Yeah.
Oh, I had somebody playing 7, and I was like, maybe.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, well, speaking of Vivi being in video games, it looks like Kev is playing Kingdom Hearts 2. So Vivi's in that too, kinda. So that kind of works out. It's adjacent. You guys go say hey to him, and we'll catch y'all later.
Sunday, May the 4th at 5.
Yeah,
Sunday.
for this
Sunday.
we'll catch you back Sunday. I'll probably be live with something tomorrow. We'll figure it out. All right, we're definitely up in here, and then we're gonna do the thing. I'll be back in a minute.